they get out here and just do all they be high. They just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, out of time devil playground. So they be out here just doing dumb stuff. You know, the brain ain't fully developed till you 25, and these boys, you know, they do all these perks and all that. You know, they get geeked and they just go and do stupid stuff. And then one thing I always say, 'cause I'm real big on mental health. I tell them, you know, one of my sayings I love is hurt people hurt people.
Oh yeah.
And like what's going on out here is a lot of hurt people hurting people. For no
Mm-hmm.
reason, like these boys just want to kill someone because they partner died. You know, they don't know how to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't finna talk. Yeah, mental health broad though, cause like it ranged from everything. Like how you were just saying, you was like start from the beginning. All that's where it mainly start from most of the time when people have mental health issues. Cause like growing up, like you got people like, for example, I know plenty of people like that. Growing up in the projects and stuff, you see a dude mama getting beat up by a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Cause he drunk and all that. And then what's so crazy? We seen them. We were like, we'll never do that. We'll never put our hands on a woman and all that. And then I got some partners who was in this situation. Now they put their hands on women. You know what I'm saying? I had to check them like, what you doing? And so it's so crazy. Like when you live, and you know they say history always repeat itself. And like generation of curses is real. You know what I'm saying? Like well, people don't know that though, cause like you have
and taking all that stuff,
like
it's bound to come back out.
A woman raised her kids up in the project, then they graduate from Parker with me. And then they move to the project. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I thought I was gonna break this cycle, but it's so easy because that's all you know. And I always tell people, you are your environment. Like, and people don't understand it because you know they blame everybody for all this stuff. I'm like, man, these boys bad. They this, they did. When I go and talk to the kids, I be like, dang, man, like these boys, this all they know. This how I was, but it took me to go to the army, like get out the hood and realize, like, well, I'm like this, you know what I'm saying? I need some help, you know what I'm saying? So I started going to therapy, I started, you know, healing and, you know, dealing with some stuff. And I started getting smarter, so I'm like, dang, but we were just so ignorant. Like, we thought life was about, you know, money, the material thing. Now, it's so much to life, man, but you got to get out that environment because that's all you see in your environment. You see gold, you see the chain, you see, you know, people popping it and everybody looking good, but everybody broke at the same time. And then it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you realize, like, bro, no, we need to get houses. Like, we buying all these cars and doing all this, getting all these joints here. We ain't even got life insurance. You know what I mean? If people get killed, like my age, they don't even have life insurance. Probably their mama don't have one on them, but they get every pair of J's. They be fly. You know what I'm saying? They
life insurance is so cheap.
Yes. That's why I be having to come to my neighborhood because I'm like, hey, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm like, man, that box of blacks you buy every day. You know what I'm saying? You say that, bro, that's life insurance a month. You know what I'm saying? They be like, for real, Jeremy?
But you know too though, Jeremy, the reason why people can't see it now is when you see young smooth faces with no mustache and goatee, old people die. Yeah. Even though we know it can happen in car wrecks and murders and all that. But you thinking that, man, I'm 24.
Yes.
I'm 25.
I got forever.
Yes.
I do it next year. I do it next year, and then it happens.
Ooh, you cutting up. You cut up just then.
So it's a mindset.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, this is an episode of Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 142.
Yes, sir.
We've been live for about the last maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, but hey, don't stop excellence, man. That ain't what we do, man.
Yes,
we are sitting here with Sammy No Nose, Jeremy Littlepage. I'm here behind the camera. We got K1 with Z-Lens Media. And we got Robert Walker here to ask some of the tough questions that we need to ask. The reason why we're here today is, of course, for the podcast. We're going to have some of that great talk, but it's for Birmingham City, Birmingham, Alabama to be exact. Because you know it's a Birmingham, England, a Birmingham, Michigan. So we got to be exact. Birmingham, Alabama.
205.
205. We got a mayoral candidate. This fella right here, y'all may know him, y'all may not, but you'll definitely know him after the day.
Yes,
on
sir.
God.
Yes, sir.
For mayoral candidate of Birmingham, Alabama. Give it up for Jeremy.
Yeah. See, we came in so hot, man. Look, I forgot all about it.
Ain't nothing wrong with your hot boy.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
man.
we appreciate you coming,
feeling
man.
Good, feeling amazing. I've been up since 5 this morning, but I'm rolling though. You know what I'm saying? I got a mission. We got 27 days left?
Yeah,
tomorrow be 26. Yeah, I gotta get it, man. Can't play around.
Somewhere around there.
It's 9 people running now. When I first started in January, it was 3 people running, but you know what I'm saying. Now I guess they say, Jeremy, 26 year old running. Let me jump in there and do something. That's probably what happened, man.
Okay, well we'll go ahead and start off right because it's a stormy night, but it's a beautiful night because whatever God has created is beautiful. We just deal with it and roll with how it comes because it's all necessary. A lot of people want to know. Right now, like you say, there's 9 candidates running. You are one of the candidates, 26 years old.
And I'm number 3.
Number 3.
Yes, sir.
What would make you want to run for the mayor's seat opposed to neighborhood officer, city council, or something like that? What makes you want to be the mayor of this great city of Birmingham?
So first of all, man, it was a lifelong dream because back in the day, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the room know, Larry Langford, Larry Langford.
Speak up, nigga.
Yeah.
Speak up, nigga.
Yeah, Larry Langford, to me, personally, in my opinion, had the most impact as a mayor in the city of Birmingham since I've been, like, my 26 years. People probably debating on that or whatever. But, because he came to the schools. I'm talking about he had got us XO laptops. He got, I seen him doing roads. He redid one of the schools I was going to called Hudson K through 8. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he redo Parker? Well, I was too young to know, but he had something to do with that.
To me, what I think Langford did, from my recollection, he did what the city actually just supposed to do.
Yeah, because he redid my park.
Yeah, because the city, a lot of people don't realize when you hear about mayors and people running saying,
yes,
I'm going to pave the street, I'm going to sweep up.
No, I seen it. I seen it with my eyes.
What I'm saying is, that's like somebody saying, wipe your ass after you get your shit.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
And I think Larry Langford set a standard that, look, this is what we're supposed to expect out of the city anyway.
Yes, sir.
Now, the extra stuff, of course, it's going to vary from mayor to mayor. But as far as making them do just their job,
yes,
he did that.
And so that's what happened. Like, I mean, he ain't make me want to be mayor, but I was like, man, because we always saw him. He had the Corvette, you know, he came through, and, giving us a little dollar bill or something. Y'all go get some ice cream. Like, he was really out here with the community and the people, and everybody loved that man, like, from my recollection. And so, fast forward, I say when I hit 9th grade, I was like, man, I'm going to be the mayor one day. I'm going to run for mayor. And I don't know why, I was just saying it. Like, when God, when he put something on your heart, he just put something on your heart. I could have been said anything, because we was in a tough street situation at that time. And I was like, I want to be the mayor, man. But I was going to wait to my 30s or 40s or 50s. And I was like, because that's what you have to do. But, all right, so then fast forward again. Like I always tell this story, I had a high school job, Arbor 7th Avenue, downtown. And I was working one day. Normally I'm on the drive-through or the back line, but I was on front line today. And God do everything for a reason. And so I was taking orders and stuff. And a man had walked in, and he had some people with him, like a little entourage. And I asked a lot of questions, as y'all seen in the beginning before we started. I like to just, soak up game. And so I was like, he ordered and all that. And he had like this little medal on his neck. Like, he looked important. He had a suit on and all that. I said, who are you? He said, my name Randall Woodford. I'm Mayor of Birmingham. I said, man, you lying. I said, nah, William Bell, the Mayor of Birmingham. He said, nah, I just beat him. And I was like, nah, man, nah. So long story short, I told him I'm bringing food to him. And I had one on my iPhone. I had Googled them real fast, and it was like, Randall Woodford make history, become the youngest mayor in the city of Birmingham ever, at 36 years old. And I was like, oh, he wasn't lying. So I was happy then, because I already knew that's something I had wanted to do. So me being me, I brought the food to him, and I was just eavesdropping on that conversation. I would ask him questions and stuff like that, and he would just give me game. He was just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. He was just telling me little stuff, and I was like, hey, man, you don't mind? I was like, can we take a picture? You know what I'm saying? Because I said, I want to remember this, because I said, I'm going to be the mayor. And I want to say, like, you did it at 36, and I'm going to be the mayor, too, at 30-something. You know what I'm saying? Or 40-something, whatever. And I'm going to say, I was able to text somebody. Like I said, Larry Langford, I was a little boy, so I ain't really know fully what was going on. But I knew it was on my heart, like, I want to do it. Then I was able to hear somebody say they did it, and he was young. I was like, oh, that means I can be young and do it, too. So, long story short, what we were just talking about was very important in the beginning. So I started losing a lot of friends due to gun violence and just all kind of crazy stuff, getting locked up. Because I had, when I was 16, one of my friends, when I was in 11th Village, where he had got sentenced to like 40 years. And he was 18. You know what I'm saying? And like when I went to his hearing, like when I went to a court date, and I heard, like, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Because, I mean, I knew people had a year or house arrest. Or, we were juveniles, so we got in a little trouble. Yeah. But the judge, like, we charging you as an adult, you know what I'm saying? And, he told him the sentence, and he was, like, naming out the counts. And he was, like, 10 for this, and it's going to run consecutive with this. And he was just naming. And I was like, 40 years? Like, and I did the math. I was like, oh, my God. Like, life real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, I mean, when you see people getting killed, like personally that you grew up with, they got cut short at 16 and 14 and 18 and 20. It make you appreciate life. And like what you were just saying, I was like, man, I had a teacher named Mr. Langford, Jason Langford at Parker High School. He was like my father figure. He always taught me history. He seen I like the politics. I was in SGA and all this stuff like that. And so I had a knack for politics. And then Trump, this from the side, I know people might kill me for this, but he made politics interesting to my generation, because we started coming to schools. And, man, you seen that man did? He was talking
That
crazy
ain't
last night.
crazy. He even if he a clown.
Yeah.
Clowns require attention.
Yeah, and so like, because his debates was crazy. You know, he was like talking to Hillary Clinton like you'll be in jail, and like he was just saying all kind of. And I was like, he ain't like a regular politician. And I realized that he wasn't a politician at all. He ain't never ran for nothing, but he became the president. So I was like, So that was something. And Mr. Lang was like, man, you should run for city council. You should run for city council or mayor or something like that. And he was like, try to run for city council first. And I was like, nah, I want to be the mayor. I don't want to be the city council. He was like, well, you can do anything you want to do. He was a great man, God rest his soul. He just passed last year. He instilled in me always like, man, you can do whatever you want to do. You can, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. And they like, he just always encouraged me. So he put that battery in my back. He was like, you going to be the mayor, man. You going to be the mayor. He just hyped me up and stuff like that. So I graduated. And he was so much of a good person. When I graduated high school, he kept in touch with me. Hey, Littlepage, what you doing? You ain't in the streets. You working? All right, good. You still in the army? I said, yes, sir, I'm still in. All right, well, all right. You know, I'm just checking on you. And he used to call me like, when you running? When you running, man? When you running? And I'm like, I don't know, I ain't ready yet. He said, you ain't gonna never be ready. And so I was like, you know. And fast forward, I popped out. My eyes might ward up, y'all excuse me. But fast forward in 2024 last year, I had popped out, and I told him, and he was like, oh man, I'm gonna be your campaign manager, because he knew all this, you know, this is what he did. And so he ended up passing, and I was just like, man. So I was like, I ain't gonna run for mayor no more. I let it discourage me, but God is God. So I had another person who had got hired at my job at Ventura Foods. This was last year. I was like, man, I was telling him I wanted to run for mayor in the beginning of 2024. And I know it's probably long, but I'm speeding it up.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 142. We're sitting here live with Jeremy Littlepage. Now back to you, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. But so it's like this dude, he got hired, and I ain't know him from a can of paint, but I talk to everybody. I'm a friendly dude. So I'm a people person. So I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah, man, I was going to run for mayor, man, and a city council or something, and I was going to do that, but my campaign manager passed away. And he was like, well, I can show you what to do and how to do it, because I ran for neighborhood association, you know, and I did this and I did this, and he was telling me all this stuff. And when I tell you, I don't want to say his name because he's working with somebody else's campaign, but he blessed me with so much information and so many connections and so many city councilors, and like they gave me the game before I announced I was running. And so I was like, man, I know all this stuff, I need to apply it. Now I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never had fear, but I was nervous. I was like, I'm 25, man. I was like, people ain't gonna accept it. They ain't gonna. I said, nah, this stupid, man. I can't do that. And I heard Mr. Langford in my head, you can't do it. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. So I was like, all right, let me play around a little bit. So around December, I was going, hey, my name is Jeremy Littlepage. I'm running for city council. You know what I'm saying, or the district that I was running in. You know what? Just it was a mock thing. I wanted to see how people was gonna react. They was like, we love this. A young person doing this. Like we've been waiting on this. And I like the older black people, the young black, everybody was accepting it. And I was like, well, let me step out on faith and like really say what I want to run for real. And when I tell you, January 1st, I popped out and I announced I was running for mayor. And I was trying to, reach out to Fox. I didn't know how this stuff worked in the beginning, but I tried to reach out to the news and reach out to so many people in the city of Birmingham town, just everybody. I'm like, hey, I'm running for mayor. And everybody was laughing, like, man, like the company. So I'm like, man, get out of here, man, whatever. And so AL.com reached out to me. He was like, are you serious about running for mayor? And we went through a little situation. They were like, all right, we're going to do an interview with you. Did an interview with me. They did it good, and they put it on, they put it out. They published it. And when I tell you that thing had over like 250 shares, and people from Crestwood was calling me with support, Crestline, Titusville, Smithfield, Hoover, like just everywhere. The mayor of Atlanta reached out to me and was like, boy, I love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up? I said, oh, this real. Like, boy, I can do this for real. So, they hyped my head up. Now, I ain't had no money, of course. I ain't had no business cards, no flyers, no nothing. But, so I bumped my head a couple times in the beginning. I got finessed with a couple shops, in the city. They overcharged for business cards and little stuff like that. And I ain't know about Vista Print and like little stuff like that. And so I was paying high price for stuff. And I started getting better over time. And I got invited to, in February was like my breakout. Besides January with my AL.com article. February, I got invited to Start On Comedy Club. And when I tell y'all, they had a headline of comedians, a list of comedians that did their thing. But it was people out of the show like, you Jeremy Littlepage, we came here, we seen your name on the flyer, we here to see you, we want to talk to you. And I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they celebrated, we did a toast after the comedy show, and they embraced me. They're like, man, he making history, he doing this and that. And I was like, ooh, y'all can't do this to me because I'm going to go harder. So, man, they just built my confidence up, and that's what made me want to run, and that's currently how things going. And,
Well, that's what's up.
And I know, I got excited telling y'all this. It's like a dream.
No, but it's cool though, man. And I respect that because I'm not sure if you know the numbers. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm not sure if you don't know, but if you don't know, I'm gonna mention this.
Mm-hmm.
Birmingham 20 years ago, I think the population was like 220,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Almost
20
$250,000.
20 years later, we down to like 192.
Yeah.
The registered voters here is like what, 130,000?
Yeah, 136.
And last election cycle, it was like 30-some thousand people voted.
Yes, sir.
I think with you and your youth,
Yes, sir.
because even the Bible speak about, a child shall lead.
Yes.
Now, of course, it's metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
But a child shall lead, and you that young man that could lead and get people who would have never voted.
Yes, sir. That's
come out and vote.
yes, that's 100% fact.
So I don't think I think now, of course, it's gonna be challenging.
Oh yeah.
But notice I ain't say it's impossible. So I think
Yes,
I mean
sir.
everything that's worth having.
Yes, sir.
Even if you don't win,
Yes, sir.
next time you be 30.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
And with more experience,
Yes, sir.
more connects, more experience,
Yes, sir.
more things you need to learn. Because sometimes, as they say, the Most High bring you to study, be like, all right, I'm going to let you see. I'm going to let you win because right now ain't your time, but I'm going to let you see.
Yeah.
So next time you be better prepared.
Yes,
so
sir.
it ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Always shoot for the moon shit. What you shooting for the roof for?
And for the star,
Hey, the sky up there, man.
And
It's higher than
I
the
want
roof.
to add something on too. When you was like, what made me want to run too. Y'all, we live in the city, so we know what's been happening like for the last 10 years. It ain't just with his administration. I'm talking about before that too, but it's like we having a youth problem. It's a pandemic, epidemic. Like it's like we losing over 1,000 people got killed in the last 8 years, right? And how many of y'all think that was under 30? It was like 800 and
I'd probably say about 60-70%.
Yeah, it was like 800 or something. And because I went and did the research, and I got all the numbers and stuff, and it break my heart. And when people hear me say I'm 26 and I lost over 32 friends at this age, you know what I'm saying? I ain't 32 and lost 32 friends. No, none of them ain't died old age, and nothing like they got killed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people don't understand how I feel. You know, they be like, man, y'all don't want to do this, y'all don't want to work, y'all and this and that. Man, if they knew what this do to us and like what these boys hurting people, like I said in the beginning, like they killing for no reason. It's no conflict resolution skills. That's what made me want to run. Cause like I see, and I ain't no disrespect to him, but like I see our mayor right now, I feel like when he started, cause I went and followed his whole thing after I learned who he was, and I went back and just watched everything on him, and I read every article, and I'm like, oh man, he was talking good. That's how he won. But then I watch him become a celebrity, and like he got famous. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he just lost his way and just forgot what his real mission was in the job. Like he got the money. Like I ain't pocket watching or hating, but I'm just saying like the city made him like a public figure instead of a mayor. You know what I'm saying? And like,
do you think he lost his way, or it was never a way?
And see, that's tricky. I can't even answer because what I learned. If you would have asked me back then, I would say he lost his way. But with this thing, that was a great question you just asked. Mm-hmm. So far since I've been running since January, and y'all know how politics. I see why people say they don't get into politics because it's so slimy and so like everything fake. It's all fake. Like a lot of these people, and I ain't trying to diss them. They know it. I tell them this all the time.
Well, tell them why you're not saying that.
I'm gonna mention the candidates that's running right now. A lot of them don't have good intentions. Now it's a couple of us that do. A lot of them doing this for money, power, and fame, and they ruining, like they stepping on a lot of good people platforms, like, and it's all for money, like it's money and power. Like 3 of the candidates, and I love Miss Skills. That's like Mama Skill. I call her Mama Skill, but she Jefferson County Commissioner. Miss One Nigga Van, she's House of Representatives. The current mayor, he said he believe in term limits. He only want to do 8 years. Now he running for a 3rd term. When I see these things, I'm like. And now that I've been running, I done met everybody in the city. I met the most important people. Everybody got on my wave and tried to tell me, hey, I'm gonna get behind you because they already see what's getting ready to happen. But these people are so like fake, like they I don't know how to explain, and I rub a lot of them the wrong way. 'Cause I just be honest, because I'm not a politician, and I ain't. When people say, "Well, you 26, we need an older politician," or something, when you say what make them, what made me think they'll vote for me. People vote for these older politicians who know the game. They know how to lie to you. They've been doing it for so long. Like you got to think about a lot of these people been in office. They ain't did nothing. They got rich. They got what they needed. But then you look at the people, all the neighborhoods still look the same. Like I said, the pools, the wrecks, everything was just closed before the pandemic. Now, then after, and then now everything get open because Jeremy saying, "Hey, we're gonna renovate the rec centers. We're gonna open up the pools. We're gonna invest in the community." Now it's a push to work on helping the people. And it's like, and what's so frustrating.
But even with that though, Jeremy, I don't think if indeed it's happening just the way you're saying, I still don't think it's a push for the people. It's semantics. It's for semantics and show. And then because one thing about it, 100%
fair.
One thing about it, and I'm gonna speak on this city. You know how people I ain't gonna speak on no. I'm gonna speak on who's in there right now. If you've been in there 8 years. The first 6 months, even the first year, maybe even 2, you can be like, hey, look, this ain't been done because that takes time.
Yes,
and
sir.
we all know that.
Yes,
but when you talking about after 8 years and stuff looking the same, it's really kind of insulting to show up
there we go.
60 days before this stuff hollering about what you doing.
Yes, sir.
And that's really kind of like you really showing the people. It's almost like how they say a demon show its face.
Yeah, man.
You show it.
He good.
And that's no knock on him. But I don't mind speaking facts.
No,
I ain't a politician either.
Yeah, and so see, that's what I do. I go hard. I'm just filling it out. So now we can talk like that. Now I'm going to show you how. What I like to talk about,
episode 142.
Yes, sir. What I like to talk about is the money, because they hate that. They hate that. Jeremy, don't mention that. But like, because I know the budgets and I read. They know me. They know I follow the money now. And so I tell them like, we get like, let's hypothetically, because they be trying to put lawyers on me and stuff. Let's just say, allegedly or hypothetically, we get $14 million for sidewalk renovation. And then you go in Kingston or Woodlawn or North Birmingham, Collegeville, Avondale, Smithfield, any one of the neighborhoods besides the ones going this way, like Chris, them neighborhoods, and you see our sidewalks not done. Like you go to West End, I got plenty of videos and proof from my phone, and you see the sidewalks toe up. And like you're like, what? Well, we got this much money, why not get done? Then you go downtown, you see them doing sidewalk renovation. Like right here on First Avenue, you go like by the waterworks, they building like under the bridge. They redoing that whole sidewalk right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, people don't walk right down. We walk down here, but I see what's going on. Even with little stuff like the COVID money. Every district got $3 million. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Because, what they did, but, like I said, they just be...
They did. They had a sheet over there with them numbers on
Yeah. But then, when you look at the communities, you say, well, what was the money spent? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the question.
What I talk about a lot is, like, Islington. I love hooping at Islington. I like to play basketball a lot. Me and my boy do that on every Sunday. Yeah, I'm fine. I lost it kind of because I've been doing it.
So, what I'm saying, but hold up. Like,
I'm fine.
If it's 11 people out there.
Yeah.
11 people out there. They doing a 5-on-5. Jeremy in the first
they gonna get me. They gonna get me because they know. But like I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been hooping lately. And I this sidebar, I just want to say this little boy, living West End. I don't know if my mama said I ain't here mountain, but they support me and stuff. When I tell you that little boy beat the brakes off me earlier this year, like, cause I thought I still had, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, he came like Kyrie, and I was like, I'm like, ooh, I was like, no, and I was tired. I said. Oh yeah. I said, I'm out of shit. I gotta get back right because I was breathing hard. I was like, no, you got it. You won, little bro. Like, cause he was going crazy. But back to that, like, we don't see what the money. They say accountability, transparency. That is, like you said, it's an insult. It's a slap to the face. That's why I'm running for mayor because it's offensive. Like when you say, well, I did this. I helped this many people go to school. I did this and I did this. But then when you come to the communities, if it ain't through nepotism, and you see like the regular people, the regular people like us, like we don't get the help. But it's like people with the city council, they people, and the city workers, they people, they get the benefits. They get all this, you know what I'm saying? But then
somebody that knows
and that's what I found out, and that's what break my heart, because like you just said, the man get on here and just straight up lie. And you can go and fact check it. Like, you can go and look at articles and hear him saying something different. Like, and it's like, somehow, the challenge I've been going through, our people, and I love us, everybody knows, but our people go for, like, just for what they see. And they don't go and follow up on it. If they see a headline to say, the city of Birmingham gives Birmingham City Schools over $80 million, they ain't going to follow up and see where the 80 million going and how it's being spent. They'll see I repaved this many roads, but then they don't realize everybody else in different cities getting the road redone, not patches filled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? After a couple years, matter of fact, not even a couple years. It's potholes that got patched over, and they already got potholes back in them now. You know what I'm saying? Because of the heat and the rain and all that. And it's like,
some of this stuff got to be resurfaced.
Yes, and we being played, and it's like people, what I learned, and my top 3 priorities, and one of them is education. A lot of people aren't educated in the city. I go door to door every day. I meet like 150 people a day, because I be grinding, but I realize like people don't even know about the neighborhood association. They don't know what the neighborhood president is. They say, Jeremy, man, I love you, man. I'm gonna vote for you, man. I live in Center Point. Can I vote for you? And I'm like, nah, that's another city. You know what I'm saying? And they be 50 something, 60 something, 40 something, and I be like, damn, we in trouble. Excuse my language, but I be like, we in trouble, boy. Like, you know, then my generation, you know, of course, down there, it's a lot of them, man, I live in Best, can I vote for you? Yeah, I live in Hoover, can I vote for you? I live in Homewood. I said, no, y'all got an election going on right now, and this, when I see y'all came up, I'm pretty sure all y'all had civics in school. Y'all had home ec. Y'all had a lot of stuff that really mattered. And now we don't have none of it, and I'm realizing we need all that back because people don't know the Donald Trump, Joe Biden, I always say this, and I made a couple posts on it. They said, vote or die. Y'all better vote. You ain't black and you don't vote for Joe Biden. They said all this. But when it come to our local elections, that nobody don't promote it. The news just cancel the debate. Like, I don't know if people know how important that is. They cancel the debate, so get what people gonna do. They gonna go for what they know. They see the biggest name, and he been a mayor for 8 years. And I might as well just vote with him. That's all I really know for real. Or LaShonda Scales, people who already had office for decades. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is though, Jeremy, going back to what you were saying about, you know, you had a vision at a young age to run.
Yes, sir.
You know, now I don't know if you got Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, whoever. But anyway, but far about God though, His divine plan sometimes be what we don't understand until we get off on the other side of the plan.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and most people won't say this, I think you put in this race not to even win this time. I think you put in this race this time to actually getting people to enlighten them, so when it's time for you to be in there, you'll actually have a base.
Yes, sir.
Because just think about what you just said. If there's a lot of people you talking to like, man, I stay out here and such, I can vote for you, and they don't know they got to be educated.
Yes.
We just spoke about education. So
yeah.
Somebody got to do that job as well.
Yes, sir.
But if I'm already in there and I'm already getting what I want and my constituents getting paid, why would I want Robert Walker to know that it's $4 million for this nation?
Man,
why would I want?
That's why they ain't in them schools.
Yeah. And
so,
I was just finna get that. I was finna finish that off. That's what I was finna get ready to say. I was finna say what I learned, and this campaign, I ain't gonna lie, I do it over if I had to, but it's heartbreaking. And people like, Jay, why you always saying that all the time? It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking with, like, you know, like back then I always say this, and they don't like when, but I say it anyway. Back then they had the white man. Now we got the black man. Like, and the black man doing, I'm gonna tell y'all what they've been doing to me. All right, so, like, they know what I'm about. They been knew who I was. They already know. But the people, I gotta get the people to know, because that's why they shutting debates down, the forums down. They always trying to marginalize, like, you know, everything I got going on. They try to pick on my sign, be like, well, you ain't put this on the sign. It's supposed to say this on the sign. You got to move that up, pick it up, whatever. Well, like, my people. So let me tell you, January, my AL.com article came out. Lady named Cody D. Short did it. Now she worked for the Mayor Woodford campaign. And when she did it, my AL.com article, she went to AL.com no more. And then she ended up going to Run the Woodford campaign. Now, if y'all read my AL.com article, it's in favor of Run the Woodford, like it's a tribute letter to him. And I was upset about that, but I had to, you know, nobody went reach up 5'6", nobody went cover me, so I said, I just got to take, you know, it is what it is, as long as I got an article. So it can be credible, so people know I'm telling the truth, I'm really running. And I was like, man. And now I'm starting to realize, like, a lot of this stuff, it's about money and power. Like, it's so many.
Hold on. What do you mean it's like a tribute to him? Your article?
My article, so it's like, I'm saying Run the Woodford.
Explain that.
So if we go to AL.com right now, you can look it up. It'll say, Run the Woodford told me I can run for mayor, so I'm running. You know, that's the head, like, that's my, and then when you read it, it's like, it's kind of going towards his favor, like, I'm giving him all the credit for me running. I'm like, no, I ain't saying nothing. It's some stuff in there I ain't.
You said what you just told us about the artist story, and they just basically.
And they made it like, okay, well, no, Woodford inspired him. Like, I said, no, I just was able to see, like, oh, this is real. You know what I'm saying? But they made it like, boy, Woodford did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I see what's going on. But then I had to learn. Like I said, that happened in January. Then around February, they sat me down. And I signed the NDA, so I can't go get too much into detail. But the elites of the city, they sat me down, and they was like, well, we love your campus. We love you. You the next hottest thing. We can get you in here. We can do this. Like, we can put all the money behind you, all that, and we can make it. We can help you, achieve your goal. But, let me think before I speak. Yeah, so they had a bunch of stuff they told me I couldn't say no more. I couldn't say, like, so they told me, they sat me down and said, Jeremy, we love your idea, we love your vision, we love your ambition, we love everything, your integrity, your courage, your morals and principles. But unfortunately, Birmingham a business. Like, we could take care of the people. Like, we are trying to take care of the people, but we have to create revenue. We want to, bring business to the city. We kind of prioritize the business over the people. Even though his slogan, putting the people first, they politicians, that's what they supposed to do, to tell the people so they can get them in. Yeah. And so it's like, they were saying, Jeremy, what you talking about, and it was a white man. It was a couple people in there, but there was a white man who said this, and I'll never forget this. I tell this story all the time. White man looked at me and was like, you talking about building mental health facilities. Like, that's a great idea, and we knew that already. Like, so we know what we need to do and how we can do it. But he was like, it ain't no money in it. And I was like, now I knew what he was talking about, but I just want him to say it. And I should have been wearing a wire, but he was like, it ain't no benefit in it. Like, if we was helping the people get healed, then, people wouldn't go to prison. We wouldn't make money. Like, this a business, Jeremy. Like, you got to understand. White crime out of control. Like, we can handle that. Like, we know what to do, but we making money. It's about money. He was like, private prison. They just built a new one. So they're like, Jeremy, we need you to stop, focusing on that. Like, let's talk about the business side. Let's see if you can bring business. And I was talking about black business, and they was like, well, no, we want to do it for our people. And I was like, yeah, we can do it for our people, but, like, let's bring it back how it was, and, back in the day. And they like, Jeremy, like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got something we doing. Like, we've been doing it for the last couple decades, you know what I'm saying? We slowly getting there, but we need you to help us help you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, help you do what? Like, they was like, well, we'll tell you after, but, like, so what you say? Like, you want to, because we want to endorse you. And I was like, well, no, because then that basically I'm selling out. I'll get in there and I'll be exactly what's going on right now. And they was like, well, don't look at it like that. Look like, man, we can. They was like, we'll set you up with a house, a car, like, what you want, like, what all you need. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to help you. And I was like, no, I want to help the people. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we get that. Yeah.
So
they was like, well, call us back, because the man got mad because I kept talking about, like, no. And they was offering, they was going to donate some good money to my campaign to help me out. Like, help me. They was going to do whatever they doing right now to stop me right now, but to help me get in.
The growing process.
Yeah. So the dude, one of the dudes, after I was like, all right, child, because we couldn't come to an agreement because, I just ain't want to do that because that's what I'm fighting against. And so I was walking off, I was a little, discouraged a little bit. And dude walked down the hallway, a black man was like, man, come on, little brother. He was like, he was talking to me, he was like, man, just do the deal, do what you need to do so you can get ahead, so we can get you in, so you can do what all you saying. But he was like, I know you don't like me, you stand for something, I appreciate it, but he was like, you can think about how much money you can get and how much, this and that. And I was just like, I ain't doing it for money. Because, like I tell people, the mayor making like over 100,000, like 138,000 right now. And I say, I'm only going to take 39,000 my first year to show the people I'm giving, it's 99 neighborhoods, I'm giving $1,000 to every neighborhood association in the city for like a block party, a fun day, back to school, whatever. I'm just giving every neighborhood $1,000 out, my money. And so when they heard me say that, they was like, oh, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He's serious about this.
But you know something,
yes,
Jeremy? It's amazing that you said that, and I appreciate you having the courage for saying that. Yeah. But people been hearing that, and it almost sounds like conspiracy theories for years.
I thought it was.
Even though I'm wise enough, I'm 45.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just put a little cocoa butter on it.
Yeah, that ain't. I'm trying to live at 45. Yeah.
But you've been hearing this about for years, but it's always like it's soft-spoken. Yeah. Or when somebody speak about it, he just lying. There ain't nobody but such and such. But if you say that, I'm glad you clarified that for people who think this shit a game.
Yes.
Because to me, for you to have the integrity to say, nah, I ain't really worried about the money. I prefer to work with the people.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that we as people need.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to speak on the black side, but I'm speaking for people, but for black people in particular, because we the ones who's being targeted.
Yeah.
So it's like blacks been sitting out for eons, man.
And that's the heartbreaking part.
And when I hear brothers stand up, man, I swear that shit just make make a nigga feel good. So you can't do all the cussing and shit.
Yeah.
Sam can do a little cussing, but we can.
Yeah.
But for real, that shit make a nigga proud, man, because people don't realize money is nothing once you get exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only cool when it's coming up. But the same people who make you sell out don't like you either.
And that's
because if I can get you to sell out somebody you've been running with your whole life for a regular ass car that's gonna one day be old, for a house that's one day gonna need plumbing or AC unit, and then we drop you like a shit, then we tell all your folks he sold you out.
Yes, sir.
It ain't even worth
Yes,
it, bro.
sir.
And I think with Birmingham being, if I'm not mistaken, it's 69% black, there's no way we should be in this position.
And that so
no way.
That's why I'm running. And like I said, like what you just said was important. Again, like when the black man was telling me, he was trying to get me to like just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, like just man, trust me, everything gonna be alright. And I was like, no, it ain't, bro. Like you don't understand what you're saying. And like, they thought I was tripping out. And so they called me back in one more time. I get to change my mind one more time. And I was a little nervous because one of them said something kind of crazy. I can't repeat it though because he said it, a name. But he was like, hey man, he was like, well, I was like, so what y'all gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I hear about all this stuff on, movie, TV, documentary. They're like, we ain't gonna do nothing. He was like, it ain't like the old days where we had to, we ain't doing that. He said, what's so crazy, man? He was like, you ain't gonna believe this, but your people gonna do it to you. And I thought he was capping. Now I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was lying. Now watch this. Now this the heartbreaking part. When he said that, this was February, when he said that, I was like, man, that dude don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I love me so much, I feel like, man, can't nobody stop me. But in reality, can't nobody stop me though, don't get me wrong, but they make it so hard. Like everybody in the city, like the unions and the media personalities and like the people who I need to, get my name out there, everybody like, we gonna get back with you. Give me the runaround. Everybody was just, and I was like, dang,
all on the payroll.
What was heartbreaking, and I promise I ain't capping y'all down. But it was it's preachers, it's principals, it's like, I mean, I tell people all the time, I graduated from the first black high school in Birmingham, Park High School, right? And it's a historical school, right? Graduated 2018.
State champion, Thunder and Hurt.
State champion, go Hurt. You know what I'm saying?
But little problem.
Yeah, and I love them. I love them, but it broke my heart when they ain't mentioned me one time this year on their page, like on their media, or the Birmingham City School ain't mentioned me, or Birmingham Times. I reached out to them plenty of times, and we had kind of love back and forth, because they were like, you don't need to be calling us out and this and that, but like they never did an article on me, and I'm like, man, like, because I ain't gonna lie, came in thinking everybody was gonna support me, and they was gonna like, because the neighborhoods did, the people, see, that's the trick to it. The people support me, but the people who should be supporting me not supporting me. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, and that's how God showed me, like, this is who you need to go to. You keep trying to go to Fox 6 and CBS and all these people. They showing you we not doing it, and because from January to May, they wouldn't mention my name. They'll say the mayoral race, and they'll talk about it. Even when Frank Wilson jumped in, like in March or April, they start mentioning his name. They still won't mention my name. Like they'll do articles, and they'll say the candidates who run the Wolf and One Little Van, Frank Wilson, Kamal Africa. And my name was never in there. So I used to, go on Facebook and blast them. Y'all see what's going on? Y'all see what's going on? And probably like after 3 posts of blasting them, that was like, they emailed me like, Jim, we sorry, we're gonna do the right thing. We ain't know you was running for real and this and that, whatever. And even though I've been going to the state, like I've been going and calling, I've been leaving voice emails, everything.
They know when you put them $300 up and signed up, they knew you was serious.
And it's so crazy, and it's like, but back to the Parker thing, like they ain't mentioning it, and it's a story behind that. But like, I started realizing like, oh, everybody together, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about money. It ain't about nothing else. It's all about money. Like a lot of these people created families and lifestyles off the city money. Like just say it how it is. Like and it's like a lot of them been set up and blackmailed too. Now I had to apologize to some people. I'm like, man, you ain't doing it for me. You ain't supporting me how you supposed to and all this and that. But I'm only 26, and like you said, you 50 and you 50. Like a lot of people did stuff in their past that I ain't know about, like just allegedly. It's allegedly. Like allegedly said, you got a principal, you got caught with like a minor at school, or like just something like back in the day, something crazy. Or a teacher got caught with a student, or something that they know about, and they just swept on the rug. But they help holding it over their head, so they can't say they love me and they really want to support me, but they can't openly say, hey, vote for Jeremy Littlepage, we want to support him, come to the school, come talk this. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So they can't they can't do it.
But here's the catch-22 with that though, Jeremy. Man, stay true to what you believe.
Yeah.
God always take care of his I'm gonna use the church word, humble. We're gonna take the H out.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is that my grandma used to always say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run with the devil and tell on him.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is about the people with those allegations and shit they got over their head.
Yeah.
You did that shit, man.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if you're gonna be 100, be 100. Even when the Klan was at their peak, if you was a real nigga, they was like, I don't like that son, bitch, but he's 100.
Yeah.
And they pretty much didn't play with you because they know you was a killer too.
Yeah.
Killers don't like to fight with killers. Killers like to fight with people who weak.
Yeah.
But if I get you to sell your people out for you to get a leather suit or one of them Django outfits and shit and a horse,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I can hold that over your head because it's like, okay, so you want me to tell Robert Walker why he didn't get his medication? Huh? You want me to, you know what I'm saying? So to me, being silent, it's almost like somebody driving to Center Point and somebody walking to Center Point. Mm-hmm. We both gonna get there, just not at the same time. But one is gonna learn the road because we had to endure the walk. Yes. So don't be discouraged by none of that. Because one thing about it, bro, we ran, and even in the Bible speak about the world is ran by basically fucked up people in high places. I'm paraphrasing, but fucked up people in high places with fucked up principalities. We have a question, Robert.
Yeah, I'd just like to ask you, you've been campaigning for a while now.
Yes, sir.
North, east, south, west.
Yes, sir.
Which one was the toughest? Which one is the toughest crowd? North, east, south, or west?
The toughest crowd, believe it or not, see, I can't, the north and the west, but I say the north, because the north tired. Like, they've been lied to for so long, and like, you know, people kept saying, I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna do some of ABC, you know, coke, you know, and all that, or they was, you know, like with that pollution and all, and you know, they say they gonna come and do the road, they gonna come and do this and come and do that, but in my 26 years, north side been left out in everything. Like, you know, they I don't know what they got against the north side or what they tell them not to do for the north side, but they don't get it. So the people, like, they older, they homeowners, and they tired. They like, man, we seen this for the last 5-6 elections. Like, Jeremy, like, we hear what you said. We gonna trust you, but I just don't, man, these people don't care about us. You know, because the north side is like an island. You know, you go to Finland, you go all that. It's, you know, like, they made my elementary school I graduated from, Lewis Elementary, a Salvation Army. Like, you know, like a lot of the heritage, the history in North Birmingham being like just washed away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even the Slough Library, we used to be in there every day, all of that. It's nothing right now. You know, it's tore down. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the people, they really let down. They just scared. Like Hooper City, don't get me started on Hooper City. Hooper City's so disappointed in like local government. Like they like, nah, bro, we ain't even vote. Like, we don't even, you know what I'm saying? We don't even.
With school.
Yeah, so because they.
Through there for time.
Yeah, then you got Collegeville. And it's a lot of uneducated people. You know what I'm saying? Because not like booksmen. When I say uneducated and educated, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about just with just common sense and what you should know. A lot of the people don't know like how much power they got over there. So they, you know, they just do whatever. They don't pay attention to none of that stuff. But like you said, I'm enlightening all the people. And they learning, but the north side, I would say, because the west side crazy too now. You know, they wilding over there, but because you know how that goes.
But you said it earlier though, man. A lot of the stuff that you see in politics is intentional.
Yeah.
Because I got a sheet of paper, and I'm finna get it in a second, where it talk about what's going on in District 4 and a few of the districts and how they divided the money.
Yeah.
And on one of those things, and what made me mention this right here is because I heard you mention about y'all used to always be at the library, right?
Yeah, we love
But
that.
you know, in the city of Birmingham, they shut down a lot of libraries, right?
Yes.
But on that list back there, it say they gave $52,865 to a mobile library. I've never seen a mobile public library. We ain't seen it yet. I heard Joseph Holt speak on it. You know, and I heard, you know, as we was talking about it, I'm like, damn, that's interesting. And it showed what some of the money went to. I believe, I ain't gonna even say I believe, man. I'm old enough to not believe people believe in Santa Claus. I
Yeah,
know
you know, yeah.
that
That's what I said. Like,
what's going on in the city of Birmingham is intentional.
yeah,
Black people, to a lot of people, are commodities.
Yeah.
And our leaders allow the shit. Either from willful ignorance or I just simply don't give a fuck. Because I would hate to think those people that are that educated that runs our government are that fucking foolish. Because you can take people in the barbershop and say, no, that's not right.
Can I use an example?
Sure.
What you just said, I'm gonna use an example of what you just said, 'cause that's important. You just said what you just said, right? And I'm gonna use an example. The example is our mayor, and this ain't a badge campaign, but our mayor went on social media, Facebook, and said, hey, y'all let me know which road need to be fixed and what road need to be repaired and what pothole need to be filled and this and that. And this broke my heart, man, because like I'm so passionate about this stuff, and I care so much about our people, but it's like the lack of education. People really come in and was like, oh, man, see what I'm talking about? See, he the best man. All right, well, look, I need this road fixed. I need this road fixed. You know, they got a department. They know what road need to be fixed, but what's so sad is, like, the fact that people come in and like, they was believing, like, he really trying to. I was like, oh, we in trouble, boy, we in trouble. I get my heart sank because I was like, they really come in and said which road need to be. And he came, did some people roads that they asked about, and he patched the road up. And I'm like, see, he the best man ever. He came and fixed the road. And I was like, and an old head got mad at me on one of my posts that I made. And I was like, Homewood, Hoover, Vestavia, Bessemer, every surrounding city, Trustville, Gardendale, Fulton, they laughing at. They mayor would never get on and play with no people like, no play with their residents like that and talking about, hey, you would never hear the mayor of Trustville say, hey, what road y'all need to fix, huh? So I can fix it for y'all now. Like,
Let's get it done.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what? Like,
to get it done.
And,
yeah.
see, and it's funny that you're saying it on Jeremy.
That's the example.
It's so, like, the shit is, I'm going to go ahead and use the word, it's disheartening, man.
Yes.
Because I work out at East Lake Park. I stay in South East Lake. I call it East Lake Estate behind the Conoco.
Yeah.
So I don't just be talking shit. I stay here.
Yeah.
I've been cutting hair right here since 2002. So it's like, when I look at how they fuck over urban communities,
Yeah.
it's sad because I know every street, every alley, trees,
Yes,
grass,
sir.
paths, that shit is on the schedule.
Yes, sir.
Just like if you got to go to work at 8 and get off at 4.
Yes, sir.
And now you got to
And now
go to
we
work at
talk,
5
yeah.
and get off at 10.
Yeah.
So when they come to you with that bullshit, it's really insulting. But what's even more insulting is when councilmen or people in city government, whether it's from the county commission, state, or whatever, be like, well, see, the reason why I won't do nothing for y'all niggas, because y'all don't come down there and say nothing. So I got to say something to you about doing your job.
Yeah.
Now,
bro.
if I said at East Lake Park, I want to put marble floors in the bathroom, that's an extra amenity.
Yeah.
That's something that you ask about. But as far as you doing your simple job, that shit is insulting.
From the way God would have done.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, it shouldn't even be a question.
When you ask me why I'm running for mayor, because, like, first of all, like, and they gonna kill me for this too, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The city councilors, they like ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have a voice at all. Like, from my experience, I mean, other people might feel a different way.
You
but,
remember the Mayor Council Act?
Oh, of course. Like, and listen, and I'm so glad you said now I'm gonna cook now. But like, so
Go ahead,
you got
go ahead, put a little foul. Put a
so
little foul.
you got the city councilors. That thing like death row over there. But just let y'all know, like they like whatever the head say, that would go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the people, it's supposed to be up to the people. Like, recently, example what I mean. Recently, it was a big deal about the street cameras that the police department trying to put on the street cameras, and I'm opposed to that. Like, I disagree with that so much because, like, I try to tell them before they even like try to come up with that budget and that deal. I was saying, like, my generation don't care about no camera. They would be on live like we on live and they'll kill you on live. Y'all see it all the time. So if you put cameras up in the city, these boys they gonna shoot the cameras out and they gonna or they might just look at the camera and look up, take the mask off, then shoot somebody. Like, they ain't scared of nothing. These boys ain't scared of nobody. Like,
Gonna do 'em some
like,
time.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't care nothing about it. Like, so when you say, okay, we're gonna get almost $10 million approved, and I respect Ms. Valerie Abbott. She was saying, well, they didn't want to do it. You know, they ain't really agree with it, but Randall Williams was like, well, y'all already agreed to it, basically. You know what I'm saying? They kind of messed him over. And she was like, but we don't even have the rest of the money for it. He was like, well, it's over time. Over time, we're going to get loans and grants and budgets. And I was like, So you mean to tell me y'all, but then Alabama Power gonna get the money? Then they asked a great question when there was the city council meeting. It was a special meeting too. It wasn't on Wednesday. It was on like Monday, I think. It was a special hearing. But they was like, so all right, well, since we got to do it anyway, so is the repairs on us or is it on y'all? And the Alabama Power spokesperson got up and said, well, the first repair on us. We'll fix it when they damage the first time, but then after that it's on y'all. So it's on the tax-paying citizens in Birmingham to pay for these stupid cameras that like they ain't
on Alabama Power pole.
Yes, sir. And can I make it more? Shit. Can I tell you the part that I'm really getting to was really insulting, like you said, is disheartening. They, you know, if you put a camera, it's gonna solve the crime. It's gonna help you find out who killed the person or who did the crime. It ain't gonna prevent the crime. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we should be putting almost $10 million towards crime prevention, like investing in the rec center, having somewhere for these kids to go back in the library is how we used to do when I was coming up. But it's like, nah, we just want to catch the killer and send them to jail. You know what I'm saying? Send them to prison. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, they pulling this trick again.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Back when you spoke about Larry Langford.
Yes,
back
sir.
when Larry Langford was mayor.
Yes, sir.
Alabama Power and Larry Langford put together this kinship about cameras.
Yes, sir.
In the neighborhood. They weren't going to tell us where the camera was. We spent money then on cameras, and the camera's supposed to be up. We not to this day have we got a report saying how well it worked. Yeah. Also, right now, they talk about illegal dumping.
Great information.
About illegal dumping in the neighborhood. Mm. The airport had cameras all over North Smithfield up there.
Yes, sir.
And the CEO of the airport showed me with live people out there dumping.
Yes, sir.
And when they dumped, he got the recording. I said, well, you got the recording. What's going on? He said, I got this is the CEO of the airport.
Yes, sir.
He said, I got a bid on my desk for over $1 million to clean up my property down there.
Yes, sir.
And one of the ladies that were present there said, well, did you turn it in to the police department?
Yeah.
And he said, yes. And well, what happened? What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Now, if you become mayor, the biggest thing that we're gonna need from you is the enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Of the ordinances and the laws in this city.
Yes, sir.
We need a person like yourself, a mayor.
Yes, sir.
That's willing to go by the rules. The rules have been established. You talk about all of this stuff with the way things used to be.
Yes, sir.
And just how far back do you want to go? Do you want to go back to when Gay City was an all-white project?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Gay City was all white.
Yeah,
Well, no blacks allowed in there. Or do you want to go back to when we started working together? And that's where we need to go. Go back to the days when we worked together.
Yes, sir.
Because Birmingham is not a business. Birmingham is where I live.
Yes.
And that's what we have to focus on. We have these different organizations, Birmingham Business Alliance, and all these different groups.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna make money. Birmingham gonna make money.
Of course, yes,
because
sir.
it's still good business to do business in Birmingham.
Yes, sir.
A mayor's job is to make sure that it's hard to do bad business in Birmingham.
Yes, sir.
That's the job.
Yes, sir.
If you can do that, you'll be a great mayor.
And to take it even further, and I look in the camera when I say this, because they know, so that's why they go so hard on me. I'm willing to die for the people. See, that's a difference. A lot of these people that get in, they realize the pressure that's on. I saw the pressure in the beginning. I know what I'm up against. I know who I'm up against, and it's the tallest buildings in the city with the names on them. But I know who I'm up against. They set me straight already. They coming up with a plan just in case I do win. You see what I'm saying? Like they already working their move, and I'm working my move. Cause like I said, we gonna get the city back right, and it's gonna be a lot of people that's like, if y'all realize, and I'm just switch the subject real quick. It's a lot of people fighting against me, and they older, and they in power, and they getting a lot of money. but it's an appointment. You know what I'm saying? I can appoint them and, you know, I can fire them. And that's the ones who fight against me because they like, we got to keep Randall here because if he leave, this is my family. Brian made over $1 million. We get all that money and we, you know what I'm saying, doing all these things. I'm living good. Jeremy Littlepage already told me back in January was finna to go down. And I'm standing on it. And like I said, I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for my grandma, for my elders, for my teacher. You know what I'm saying? This is bigger than for the youth. Like I said, if you don't, they say, man, we care about the youth. We putting the youth first. We
That's
love
the
the youth.
tagline, man.
Man,
Sound
listen.
good. Old people in church, nobody would talk shit about it.
I mean, you see what I'm
You
saying?
get talking about, hey man, you know them children over there, hey nigga, like, God damn, hell man. You know what I'm saying?
And who getting killed the most?
That's
And who like? And then what's so crazy? I say this all the time, and I'm not trying to compare black against white. I'm for everybody. I love everybody. Now watch this. People say
everybody, but
crime.
history speak.
People gonna say.
Loud as a motherfucker.
Why this? People gonna say, Jeremy, crime happen everywhere. People get killed everywhere, but you can't stop the killing. And then I look at all these other cities and I be like, why ain't no killings happening like that over there in their city? I'm talking about black people too. You know what I'm saying? You got Midfield, Fairfield, Brighton. You got just surrounding cities. Bessemer on fire, but you know what I'm saying? You go to all these other cities. You say, hold on. How the police able to? Why this? This the key part. How the police able to do their job over there, but over here, like I always tell that joke. Well, it ain't just it's real. If something happened right now, we call Birmingham, and I don't know if you probably had to in your time. It take them a while. It take them a while to come. Cause I got friends that got shot and got killed. Well, they was shot and they was on their way to being killed, you know, dying in the street, and we just waiting on the police and the ambulance show up. Like I said, and then when the police come down, bring the ambulance, and so now we gotta wait on the ambulance after the police. You know what I'm saying? And it's like stuff like that. We gotta, and I think they trying to work better now because you know they hear what I've been talking about, so they working better now. I give them the credit now, but at the same time, we have a lot of people that's not being held accountable.
But the thing is, though, Jeremy, you know, somebody was talking about Randall Woodford, and the only reason why his name keep coming up because he is
he's the mayor.
mayor.
He's been a mayor,
and we can't take blame off of him, or people don't want you to speak on what's actually true and what's going on right before the dying eyes. Yeah. I had made the statement. I was like, look, man, the mayor is the manager or the supervisor of the company. The city only runs as good as the supervisor of the company. Exactly. So if you got police not showing up, or police responding slow, or people that take your calls and they mean to you on the phone, they handling you like any kind of way, it's because the manager ain't shit. And I'm not saying that he's not shit. I'm just using that analogy. But the manager ain't shit. You're right, because if it was anybody else, if we was in another profession, if anything else, you would say, hey, man, you got to get him out of here. I worked at Camden's and Center Point, and I worked at the one over there on Crestwood Boulevard. Go ahead, talk to him. If I ran the register, I was shit, too. I was fat. I'm talking to real. That when you had to know how to count back money. They didn't need a total. But I worked out, and if we was out of to-go plates and damn battered fish, who you fussing at, me? Or the manager.
I think that's supposed to be ordered.
So what I'm saying is, in the city of Birmingham, like I said, I've been here all my life. I own residence here. I stay here. And what I've noticed is that black folks always take the blame for upper level shit. Exactly. I'm talking about we get righteous first at city council. First of all, the meeting at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. I'm changing that. That's bullshit. And it's like, you know, it's like you blaming these people for your incompetence. And I'm gonna even go a step further. It's not even incompetence. It's nigga, I just ain't gonna do it. Right. I can do it. But I'm only gonna do it if you embarrass me on TV or the publicity. So I don't. But that's insulting, man. That's very insulting. That's just like asking for some head. You don't want no head out you ask for some head. You want volunteer head, man. You don't even want it.
The city council meeting is the most insulting thing that Birmingham had before. Number one is the city council meeting. The city council have to change that. Yes, sir. Number two, the only reason why they have it in the morning like that because they know most of the people gonna be at work. Then those people who think enough had got enough problems going on in their life that they would take off their job to go down there and you got to sign the book by 9 o'clock and sit there through all of their rigmarole and stuff, and then you may sit there for 2 hours. Then you get 3 minutes to speak. Why in the world, if the city council really respected the people, then they will make the people the first to speak.
That's what the slogan
At
is.
the beginning, the same way, and let the
Putting the
mayor,
people first.
he there all day, let the mayor speak like,
Yeah.
and let the people be first. But the only reason why they do that is so
course.
because they're not doing their job and they don't want to hear from you.
No.
You see all these other municipalities, they have their afternoon meetings simply
Facts.
because they're doing their work.
Yes.
The only thing they're gonna do when Mountain Brook had their city council meeting, you know, people coming up there saying, "Great job, Jim." Well, Birmingham not gonna get that, so that's why they have it in the morning time.
And that's why I said, look, I'm gonna change. You see me winking? I'm gonna change. I know who got to change, but I'm gonna change. We gonna get, cause it's a lot of, and I don't want to get them in trouble, but I gotta say it, cause this how they feeling, and this how I'm feeling, and this how I believe they feel. How about that? Cause I don't want them to be getting in no trouble up there. The city councilors don't like what's going on right now, but they gotta get down and lay down at this point. Like, so right now it's a lot of stuff that they don't want to do. They don't be liking. They want to do more for the people and do more for the communities, but it's a lot of money being reallocated. That's the best word I can.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
They the one doing it, the city council
But here-
have the money and stuff, and the city council elected just like the mayor.
Of course, yeah.
And one no powerful than the other.
Mhm.
There's no reason why they should be afraid of anybody else. The council shouldn't be afraid of Randall. Randall shouldn't be afraid of the council.
You remember I was
They're
telling-
all elected people.
You remember I was telling you about that chokehold, that black man?
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. But what been happening this election season? People been able to see what's really happening. They've been seeing who the clowns is running. They've been seeing who the people who just doing it for money and power. That you can click. I ain't gonna say everybody should be able to see it, but most people should just look at this race and see, hold on, this person, this the real deal. This person, nah, because you got to look at track records. That's what they like to bring up. They say, well, Jeremy, you ain't got no experience. You ain't got this, you ain't got that. And I be like, well, look at your experience. Like, let's talk about yours then. If we can't talk about mine because I don't have one, let's talk about yours. And when they start talking about themselves, we see what they didn't do over all this time. Because they had a way much of a head start before I did. I'm 26. Jerry graduated high school 2018. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Well, who had experience?
who have it?
Who had it? No one
Yeah,
else
yeah,
that
yeah,
had
yeah,
experience.
you see
Get
what I'm
the
saying?
job.
Yeah, and that's what. And I'm so glad you said that. That's why I just looked at you like, yeah, I wanted you to finish it.
Yeah,
Because
no one
they
else
say
had-
that a lot.
No one up there had experience.
Exactly.
They done on the job. But the thing of it is, you got to want to do the job.
Yes.
And what you see up there now are people who just wanted the job,
Yes,
not
sir.
the people who wanted to do the
Do
job.
yeah, exactly. And that
And see that's amazing though, man. Just sitting here talking about it, like going back to what you were saying about what they can't do. I'm just one of those people, man. I just don't believe there's nothing that you can't do.
yeah, they can
You
stand
can't
up.
do
Yeah.
And even if I say, okay, they got this on lock, your job as a councilman, mayor, or a public servant, a public worker, people they keep acting like we work for the government. No, that shit is totally opposite than what it's supposed to be.
Facts.
They could easily say, okay, look, we came in on resolution 5, which was to A, B, C, D, D.
Facts.
This is why we couldn't get it done. Such and such voted no.
Oh, see how I see
Like,
it?
to me,
Yeah.
to me, because
Detail.
if you just give detail, people can be like, well, damn,
Can I
he
please-
couldn't get it done, but
Can I
he
please
let us know.
cut you out real
Yeah,
fast?
go ahead, go
Because
ahead. It's about
as
you,
God
man.
is my witness, I agree with you 1,000%. And I was being funny when I said they can't. Because this, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got that. That's why you can talk like that. You
Yeah.
understand what I understand. But we elected cowards. We elected some people who like, well, they ain't finna stand up for nothing. You know, they don't stand for nothing. Like, I mean, like one of the council, you know, we just saw from a good friend of mine. That was protesting for Jabbar over there in Homewood. And then they flipped the camera and said, well, look, your city council over in Homewood eating in Homewood.
Yeah.
We got we boycotting Homewood, but the city councilor over here just kicked back with the feet up, just, you know what I'm saying, having a good time over there in Homewood. Right while they protesting with signs saying, hey, justice for Jabbar. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like you
That
got
was Smithman. Did she say she
Yeah,
was
of
spending
course.
Birmingham City money
Of course.
over there,
Of
so it
course.
didn't make a difference?
You see what I'm saying? And like I want to bring that up too, cause I spared them. I do a lot of stuff. I'm running as independent. I was gonna be a Democrat, but they wanted me to do some stuff, and I ain't want to do it.
Stay away from
Yeah,
Democrats.
and Republicans, like I said, they was even working.
Stay
They
away
like
from their
Jeremy.
hand, too.
Like I said, that's part of the people who told me Birmingham. It ain't no money and mental health. Like we need to keep them in prison. But that's a whole nother thing. But so I buy all my stuff myself. I work. I do my HVAC stuff. I work as an electrician too, and I DoorDash.
Oh, yeah?
I do a lot of
Man,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah, I went to the Army because I was gonna go to Lawson for 2 years and get my HVAC certification, but I did it the quicker way through the Army because I ain't know, the
Yeah.
Army, you get through that. And so I came back home and I've been doing that and stuff, and I make good money doing that. But you gotta have a little paper to run if you don't get no sponsors and donors and stuff. So I DoorDash on the side. You know what I'm saying? So I go hard, y'all, for like all the stuff I got, the interviews, the radio, like the t-shirts, the yard sign, everything. And so my neighborhood where I grew up in Tiffany, yeah. And I'm doing this for the people. This is my money. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, they ain't gonna sponsor me, they ain't gonna donate to me. I'ma just have to do it myself. I'ma have to just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm kind of like, some people are like, man, you crazy, boy, you spend all that money and you doing all that, you might make it, you might not. Like I said, it don't matter, bro. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do the best I can do with what I got. And God been blessing me this whole way. Like, you know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying, I in my neighborhood where I grew up in Tizville, and I stayed on 6th Avenue for a long time. I said, I'm gonna put my signs up all on in the hood, I listen to that. And I put one in front of my favorite spot, Morals Wings things. And I had to go live because Crystal Smitherman put what they said her team did. When you get on people that everybody else get blamed. But her team knew to put her yard sign right in front of mine. Like a van sign was right there, Mine was by itself, minding the business. Everybody was spaced out. This my sign, she put her sign right in front of mine. And so I went live and I explained, like, hey, could you just come and move the sign and all this and that? And, everybody was like, because like I said, they try to make it seem like I threatened. I'm going to get to that part. I was like, my generation, if y'all can't prevent this crime from happening, what you think I can do right now to stop these boys come putting up all your signs? Then they going to come to your house. They don't, like, for me, everybody love what I'm doing. The elderly from 99 to 100 years old, all the way to 18, all the way to 2-year-old, they love what I'm doing. These people, when people love you, they gonna ride for you. So I'm saying, you doing something petty like that, if somebody in the neighborhood see it, you know what I'm saying, they gonna be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, they with everything, they ready to go to jail, yeah. So I'm saying, for your protection, don't do stuff like that, because I'm not a politician, they don't play like that. My people don't, play little games like that, little childish games. And so, Mr. Ivor Williams, and I want to address this because I got a platform to address it. Now, out of respect for him, he know my dad, and I grew up with his son, Ivor Williams. And so he shared the post and was like, he put on headlines, Mayoral candidate Jeremy Littlepage threatens Crystal Smitherman. You know what I'm saying? Because me and him got into it in the comments because he was saying, he said, we got into it in the comments because he tagged my dad in the post and would tag me and my dad in the post and like, hey, talk to your son. He don't know what he getting himself into. Talking about a yard sign, tripping about a yard sign. Ain't nobody doing nothing to him. And he was like, Carol and Roger, y'all please don't do nothing to him and this and that. He don't know what he doing.
Shit,
so,
that sound like the threat.
Yeah, so I come in. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Because, like, he got issues. He be, y'all know his issues. Y'all probably heard it. But so I'm like, bro, you tripping, bro. Just don't tag me and my dad and stuff. Like, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want no fame from you. Nothing. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So he got mad and he went on a little rant. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to get a reaction so he can do that. And I said, where you at right now? I said, I'm going to put up on you so we can talk. And you know what I'm saying? He tagged Birmingham Police Department, said, I'm with Birmingham Police. I saw what he was doing. So I just deleted the post, unadded him, unfriended him, and I blocked him. And next thing you know, I saw headlines, on other social media like, Mayoral candidate Jeremy Littlepage threatening Crystal Smitherman. And I'm like, bro, he ain't even have nothing to do with this. But I'm so humble by myself, I was like, I ain't going to entertain this or bash him for the respect I got for his son. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have said something about his wife's situation where he put his hands on. I could have went low. But I said, you know what? I'm going to just let that go. You know what I'm saying? I let it go and it ain't go nowhere. You see what I'm saying? I don't feed into what I went and did too. I moved my sign from where Crystal Smitherman put her sign. I just been a bigger person. I went and moved my sign and put it back a little further. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes the road got to go on the tongue.
Yeah, and I be.
I ain't gonna lie, Jerry.
Yes, I agree with you.
And that ain't no knock against none of them. But see, one thing I learned, even in the Bible, God put that fire on niggas' ass.
Oh, of course.
God wasn't sitting around there praying, be hard-headed.
Yeah.
God was just stopped.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show him. Yeah.
They say, I'm telling you.
Cause like what I did, cause what I'm doing, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to keep my morals. I'm trying to keep my morals, my principles, my integrity. Like I want to do this the cleanest way possible. You see, like everybody got scared. They come up with stuff with one little van and run the wolf and all these people. I just want to run like a smooth race and do this for my people from the trenches and from everywhere. The people in Crestwood that love me and I love them. Like everywhere, I want to make people proud the right way. I don't want to go at nobody and bash nobody. Now I'm gonna tell the truth. That's one thing I'm gonna do now. But I don't want to go and argue with nobody. Cause like I said, right now in this race, you got a lot of the old heads that's running against me. They going back and forth with each other about power and about all this. They just want the money and the position. And it's like, I'm like, bro, let's save the city. Cause what y'all talking about, y'all already in the office already. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. So I said, all y'all already straight. I'm trying to come in and usher in a new era, because one thing about this city, you got people that's from, and there's no disrespect to them, but you got people in power from the 80s and 70s and like early 90s, and they trying to say something about what we should be doing with kids that's born these days with this technology. And you know, I had kind of got into it with this lady in the city hall. She over an important office. She an older woman. And I was like, hey, I text you, I email you, I did this, I called you and left one. She like, oh, baby, you got to come see me or call me so I can answer, because I don't work all the other stuff. And I was like, well, you in a high position. Like, you a powerful person. Like, you need to know how to do these things. You know what I'm saying? When I realized it and I thought about it, I said, how many more people it is in here like this? You know what I'm saying? Even like the city council, like when you have people at a certain age, and there's no disrespect to them, but how could they tell you about social media and cyberbullying? They don't understand. They won't understand it because they ain't grow up in that. They don't know what this will do to your head and you can kill yourself behind this. But they don't know that. They ain't gonna even believe it. So we need a whole new regime change. Because in this city, what we were saying earlier off camera, knowledge not being passed down. It's a gap between the elders and the youth. Like, if it was passed down, we would know about neighborhood association and we would be living better. But it's to the point to where like they will not pass the torch. So I'm trying to take the torch in real time, in real life, right now in front of everybody's eyes. Because it's like people like, why you ain't start small? The city council do this and be under corruption. No, I mean allegedly be under like something like that. Like, foolishness. Yeah, like why would I submit myself to that? And then when I get on there, well, they ain't voting, they ain't passing my vote, they ain't anybody voting on my stuff, and I can't do nothing for y'all because they stopping me because I'm the only one with integrity. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want to get caught up in that. And
to stay right down on that point, and you pretty much kind of alluded to whatever your thoughts about it was, but
yes, sir.
Just to ask you directly about the pros and cons being kind of thrown out, like basically like meat to a pack of dogs now. You got people coming out speaking about the pros and cons that's being called out about the incumbent mayor, other candidates, that are in the race against each other. And what, other than what you've already said, I'll take one. What's your thoughts about pros and cons? Not about the mess, just judging the mess part of it, but just what's your thoughts about how people are perceiving pros and cons being put out for them to be able to discern? Because I mean, we've had other candidates on here before you, and just to talk about some of the things, speak on some of the things that they spoke on. Where they talking numbers, and like you said earlier, you follow the money. They talking about where the money go, where this was spent, that whatever was spent, that this was done in a way that I probably wasn't satisfied, or let me say this because the people probably wouldn't be, don't know this, they wouldn't be satisfied if they knew this. What do you think about? Now they throwing out saying that okay, this person coming out saying this and that's not true, and this. What do you think about all that? You know,
I feel like, and respectfully, let me say that first. I feel like
because we not to cut y'all, but we have to, as people, get an understanding about who we voting on, or whether it be the person that's in there now or the next candidate.
I agree.
So some of this stuff have to be discussed.
And it's just,
we hope they putting facts out, but we don't know.
And I'm gonna relate it to this, and people gonna know what I'm saying with this when I say it like this. And this is the simplest. This is an analogy. It's just like Donald Trump with the Epstein files. Like, he released the Martin Luther King file. Like, he just trying to get everything. He keep trying to throw people out. Yeah. Like, so, like, with these people, when the real truth come out on them, they always try to redirect you. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Look over there. Hold on. One Look Van doing it. Randall Wolf doing it. LaShawn Scale doing it. They just, it's about power and about money. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when it's up to the people's perception, you can see it. It's up to you to not want to believe it. Like, you know for sure, all right, it's election season. crime down, blight being cleared, the roads being done, and this and that. Or you have people mudslinging and throwing shots at each other. I don't really get in that part. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting the people see how these people character is.
It's all of it mudslinging though. When I'm basically giving you stuff that you can fact check. In a lot of cases. Not saying that there's no mudslinging, because we both know that people saying what they want to say. They're grown. They're adults.
Yeah.
They got their own mouth. But some of the stuff that you can go fact check. Mm-hmm. People are saying that, they lying about that, this, that, and the other. They ain't got no business talking about that. This.
They just got caught.
How the people supposed to know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so that's where education come in. And see that, I'm glad you answered.
Yeah.
That's a question for the people.
Yeah.
Education is key. Knowledge is power. When you say how they supposed to fact check, go and do your research on it. And see that.
Yeah.
So that's back in the day, and I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't have lied, but I'm pretty sure it went like this, because that's why stuff was moving forward for a while. But they didn't just go with propaganda, because in America, that's one of America's best weapons, propaganda. They can just put up, you have Nick Cannon posting Birmingham crime down and this and that going, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so, but listen, you have people that just go off here saying, she's saying what they doing, but they're not really going to their track record and looking at, like, okay, you did this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. Hold on, you been in office how long? You been in this position for over 10 years? Hold on, you been in power since the early 2000s, and hold on, why you still running for this and you still trying to get your name out? Like I said, even with our current mayor, 8 years you said you only wanted, you believe in 2 terms. They declined you when you tried to get that approved. You try to push that through. They declined, and now you running for a 3rd term. What's really going on? So then when you start fact checking, you start doing the research on the candidate. That's all it is. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, like I would do. Like I said, I don't have experience in the political scene, but I'm saying what I can do. That's what a candidate should be saying, what they can do for you. Not because one thing that I learned when I be at these forums with these people, and I love them, I got most of their number, you know what I'm saying? And it's respect, but I gotta tell the truth. I ain't gonna stop, And I tell them, they always say, if you listen to these forums and you listen to certain little debates we had, they always say, well, I did this, I did that, I did that. And I always say, Houston was a rooster. Like, you did that back then. Like, you talking about some stuff, what you did, in a whole nother, like you just said in the beginning. The mayor don't have experience before he become the mayor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to just get in there. These people, like I said, you got House of Representatives, County Commission, this and that. Like, and most of these people been in different offices before that. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, and again, respectfully, because I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, because this going to go big at the way we talking, but a lot of these people doing career politician moves. If y'all realize it. So when you say how the people can know, this just a career for these people. Like that, it look good on the resume.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I say, in my opinion, this is my opinion. If Kamala Harris would have run, Randall Wolfen would have been on Congress somewhere. Like, he would have been a low-level cabinet. You know what I'm saying? But, because that was his people. When you know what I'm saying? He supported open, they went to the White House and all that, cried in front of. So that was that. But y'all being petty when I said that. I was being petty. But not. But you got like I said, like Mama Scales. I love her. But Jefferson County Commissioner, she was on City Council when Wolfen was in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see. So how you telling the truth about it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love it. But like, one of the good man, how you just came out of nowhere, in my opinion, because I ain't never like seen her nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She just popped on the scene and was like trying to tell the truth about people, like you just said. Yeah. And it could have been true. But where were you? You District 60. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people to take care of. Like, with your people over there say you ain't take care of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they saying, no, don't everybody, the AKAs that you with, they saying, nah, we gonna just step back on that. We ain't gonna. Your friends saying, nah, we ain't no. You know what I'm saying? Like, Randall Wolf, like, the only reason why the people riding on this side, the money. We gotta protect the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to a man, and like I said, this whole thing been heartbreaking. He was like, Jeremy, I kind of feel what you're saying, but man, once you start a business, you just wanna mind your business. He was like, cause we got families, we done made lifestyles off of this. We don't want to cause no riff and cause no drop the boat. You know what I'm saying? Cause this our livelihood. So we just taking it. And I think about back in the day when Martin Luther King, in this city, what they fought for, where they got spit on and threw rocks in the head, sprayed down with holes, like what dogs sicked on them, bit up, what they fought for. You know what I'm saying? And then now we got the power now, and like we were just saying, everybody
ought to be quiet.
It's like listen, long as they paying our bills and help me paying for my wife, whatever she want with her new Mercedes and this and that, and we all got nice suits on and we eating good, we living good, let's just keep our mouth closed. We don't like it. We don't like nothing that's going on, Jeremy, but we'll let you see it. You know, we ain't going to say it. We'll tell you. Matter of fact, what they did, and I ain't going to say the name, but what they did, they gave me all the information, all the ammunition I need in case I ever want to do, just turn up and just pop out and just go crazy with it. But it's like, they telling me how to defeat the boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we scared. We ain't gonna do it now because we got too much to lose. You know what I'm saying? My kids on the Birmingham premise, they going to college, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta just do our thing, but we'll let you go out and say whatever you need to say. But then again, when you go out and say these things, there's so much of the truth. A debate might get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need the city knowing what you're talking about. You know, like, your platform, you got over 65,000 views on your commercial, and people, you get 80,000 views daily. You know, people look at you, check you out. But it's something about a local news debate the way the city can see. You know what I'm saying? Like the president. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason why the news do it the way the whole country, the whole city can, well, in our case, the city can see. But the president, the country, and the other countries can see it. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, Jeremy, though,
Yes, sir.
I just believe that even as a kid, I used to always hear about, you heard about God, the devil.
Yeah.
And how the devil was going to be defeated.
Yeah.
But it was also going to look like the appearance like he just can't be defeated.
Yeah, facts.
But
yeah.
if people believe in God, the same people who run these churches all week long on Sundays and all that, even if they believe in what they read, it always going to be that small group of people who say, fuck it, man. I'm not finna let you keep playing. And as long as you consistent, it's like God gonna guide your steps.
Yes.
You just can't sway.
Yeah.
You can't run with the devil and tell on him. You gonna be in or you gonna be out. So like even the people that don't want it to be said, it's almost like you don't want it to be said, why though? So you want your children and grandchildren to experience the same foolishness. Because the same blessing, the same look what's the word I'm looking for? The same fringe benefits you got, it may not be extended to them. Because what people don't realize, sellouts have no loyalty to nobody. To nobody. No. And at some point, just like crooks, hey, robbers rob robbers.
Yeah.
So when you go to thinking about it, somebody got to get in there with the integrity and be willing to just say, hey, man, we got to stand tall. And yes, I'm going to be threatened and all that, but hell, you get killed in the hood around that about tennis shoes.
So that's why God would take a foolish young man like me that been through all the situations, been shoot out all kind of situations, ain't scared of nothing. I'm too ignorant. Of course. Yeah, and then I'm in the army. I got plenty. You know, I'm ready for it. Yeah, no, I'm saying I love to go hunting and shooting and fishing. You know, I'm an outdoor person. Like I set up my tent in the middle of nowhere. We get it pop. You know what I'm saying? And cook the fish. That's a long story. I'm a country dude, but so what it is like God will use somebody. Well, people like, well, he ain't got no education. He ain't been to college and he ain't did this and what he know. But God don't look at all that. Like when I went to this event called a Blue Gala. And there was Jefferson County Democrats. It was like, elite, rich people and fancy people with titles and stuff. And it was at the Winfrey Hotel. It was in the beginning of the year, like February or something. I can't remember. But I went in. They invited all the candidates and everybody, but I wasn't invited how everybody got invited. Somebody told me, they mentioned and said, hey, you need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because so with me, a lot of the stuff that happened, like with certain union events, so like they don't tell Jeremy Littlepage, all right. But then God is so good. I have candidates who running for mayor with me right now. They keep me in the loop with everything going on. Ain't that some people running against me love me enough to say, well, God put on their heart to say, we're gonna tell him he need to be here. We're gonna tell him how to get this website up and running. We're gonna tell him where to get the yard sign from. The candidates, I'm talking about city council and mayoral, and board of education, anything to go on. God just been blessing me. I'm doing this broke, y'all. But I'm getting money from somewhere. Like, I'm just somehow able to get the website and get the yard signs and get 20 a week. And all that. And they like, how is it?
Y'all together to me,
you
bro.
see what I'm saying? But I'm just showing them how God. I told them people, and I ain't mentioned this part. I need to mention this part. I told the people when they sat me down, they try to, tell me what I need to do and what I don't need. And they was like, one nigga van raised over $50,000. Randall Wolfen raised over $1 million. This person raised that, when that was the only people that was running. And they was like, you ain't got no money. How you plan on winning the race with no money? I said, I got God. That's all I need. And the man tripped me out and he said, you gonna need more than God. You gonna need money to win this thing. You talking about God? And I was like, I'm gonna show you. I was like, how we gonna see? Because don't you say nothing to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But back to what I was just saying. I'm doing all this stuff and the candidates helping me out, and the church let me down. I ain't gonna lie, a couple of churches broke my heart, but I'm getting help from strangers, not from the people who I thought to help me. That's how it's supposed. That's how it's saying in the Bible. That's how I go. Like everybody helping me to get where I'm at right now so far. Like I have people campaign managers, and I ain't trying to throw nobody in the bus. That's why I ain't saying no names, but other people campaign managers are helping me. Saying, Jeremy, you ain't got no campaign manager. You made it this far. Randall Wolfen been on Chris Coleman, Gary Richardson. I've been on Chris Coleman, Gary Richardson. Randall Wolfen got yard signs. I got yard signs. Randall Wolfen got T-shirts. I got T-shirts. Randall Wolfen got articles. I got articles. Now, he just got them donors, and all them people donate $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. But that's, favor for favor. But see, with me, it's like I have to get it out the mud. But this come back to a story I want to tell y'all. I want to share with y'all. My job in high school at Arby's, I was telling you about, I had to walk to work for 3 years before I got a car. And my mama had a car, but I always had a hard life, man, I always had my friends was going to Panama for spring break. I was in Arby's watching them on Snapchat like, man, I wish I was able to go. I got to pay my mama rent, pay my mama bills. Because I would pay my mama bills. It started with the bills of one bill a month. And that was like at 11, 12. I was used to cut grass in Tittisville to make my money.
But you had them 8 and 9 raised.
Yeah.
You had to have Mayoral get that little check, $128 a month, get about 9.
Listen. and so because I was the man in the house, so it's like, now I hate it. I did not want to do it, but my mom was the type of mama, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She'll let the power get cut off. Like, you ain't paying the bill. All right, I'm just, the power get cut off and get home from school, cut light on, the water ain't. I said, well, I gotta pay the bill. My grandma used to take me to go Alabama Power or Birmingham Water where they pay the bill. But like, I always had a really, really, really tough life, and I was always last. But then, watch this. But then, when I came back, when I graduated high school, came back from the army and all that, I just started getting blessed with my HVAC job, money and all this, and I started getting I got my dream car at 21, Mustang convertible. And I was like, then I got a Mercedes-Benz, and I started going to travel, and I got a passport. I started going to Hawaii and Germany and all these places, and I'm like, so and I read a scripture when when it say the last should be first and the first should be last. And what I'm seeing right now, I was so hurt in the beginning because I'm like, damn, bro, I'm making history, bro. Ain't nobody paying attention to me. Ain't nobody worrying this and that. And the more and more I kept going and just kept living and kept going through the pain and watching my people like, well, you 26, I ain't even above you. The more and more people hear me talk, like how y'all hear me talk, y'all like, oh, snap. Like, the more and more people hear me, like, the candidates helping me. Everybody helping me. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. Even if, like you said, even if I don't win, what I'm doing for the city, for the youth, for my generation, the generations after me, like, bro, I'm on a ballot for life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
winning, bro.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I won. If I don't win, God forbid. But if I don't win, I still feel like I won because my grandma who raised me gonna get up in the morning. Well, she always up early in the morning, so she's gonna be up already. But she gonna go to the polls early in the morning because she do everything on time, and she gonna vote for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama gonna vote for me. My friends gonna vote. My pastor's gonna vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, my people in the neighborhood gonna vote for me. Like, I don't care if he win by a margin of number. Like, I did this the right way with integrity. I ain't, do what I could have did and took the easy way. I did it just like how I used to walk to work. And people used to see me, Jeremy, I seen you walking yesterday. Where you walking to? Oh, I was walking to work. Oh, dang, man, I ain't know. Imagine how humble you got to be to hear somebody you know and love say, I seen you walking, but they ain't pick you up. Yeah. And you say, well, nah, you good. And you dap them up. You say, nah, everything good. You know what I'm saying? Like, rains, this type of weather right now, these storms, I used to walk in the cold. So when I went through all that, it made me tough at times like this. For somebody to be petty with a yard sign, or for the news to say, no, we can't cover you, but we'll cover you if it's a runoff, or we have a debate, or something like, we ain't gonna do no article, no interview with you. Like, everybody got one, like, Sean Scale, one of the man, Randall, but not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get one. You know what I'm saying?
But truly though, man, stuff like that, because I just remember growing up, you might take old ass whooping here, get a whooping 2 days later after the event and shit, but it held you accountable.
Yes.
It made you do what you were supposed to do.
Yes.
All that just giving stuff wasn't happening.
That's why I took the hard way. Yeah.
So it basically sharpened the knife to be able to cut what you cut now.
Yes.
Now, my next question for you is this. All right. You just said we got the incumbent in this. You said 8 or 9 candidates total running.
Yeah.
Outside of the incumbent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? 8?
It's 9 now.
It's 9.
Yeah.
Or it's 9 now, so
yeah.
8 outside the incumbent, right? All right.
2 people just came out of nowhere. I don't know who they are. They just when I got qualified, they came out with a list and and it was like a man and a woman. I was like, I ain't hearing nothing about it. I don't know what's going on. But
well, let me ask you this though. All right, now we know as you running, by a certain time you kind of know where you far in the race, right? Yeah. If you feel like at a point where it's like, all right, I'm for the good of the people. I want to see the right person do it. Even if I can't, would you be willing, let's just say, I'm going to say 2 weeks from now, and say, I just don't see that I can win it, but I'm still in it. I want to put my support behind somebody who I believe in other than myself. Yeah. If it came to that, if one of those candidates came to you, would you be willing to do that for the good of the city?
Yeah, I love most of the people who run against. It'll be LaShonda Scales or Brian Rice.
See, I asked that question, man, because I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that.
No, man.
You know, because when I hear about so many candidates running now, because I like them all. Yeah. You know, but at the same time, it's kind of like, hey, K1, you got to fight Mike Tyson tomorrow. Yeah. All right, but we know Sam box. Yeah. We know he boxed. They just seen you first. Yeah. To me, it should be like, I think y'all might want to talk the same. Yeah. And I think that's what I don't see in this race, because I hear a lot of great ideas. I hear a lot of people who really kind of thinking the same way on moving the city forward and having the same gripe about what we see now. Yeah. But it's like, 8 against 1, I'm almost afraid that it'll make Birmingham choose, like, fuck it, I'm just going to stick with what I know. Yeah. That's the reason why I asked that question, because
I want to answer too.
That's a scary thing.
I love when I get that, because it's like me, as y'all can see, man, I'm doing this for us, for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But just in case, because when I learned the education level, like these people don't do the research. They can hear what I'm saying all day, but it's like, well, he got this much money, he did this stuff, now he look more fancy, he got this. Because I got a billboard coming too in Tittyville, but like, you know, it just, they tied politics to money these days, but back in the day, you know, it was about the people, like it was about the person with the best met, like who was really the one, you know what I'm saying? But they made it about money now, you know, so they kind of messed everything up a whole lot. Like, that's why the president, well, that's the long story. But so you got, like I said, like it'll definitely be Brian Rice or LaShonda Scales. Like, but in my mind, like, I'm so like delusional in my mind, like, I'm like, bro, I'm going to do this all the way, use all the money I got, whatever I get, and I'm going to go so hard, and I'm going to just keep speaking how I speak, where I speak, any chance they give me to speak. That's why I told you, remember, you were like, no, we can reschedule, we can do another. I said, nah, I bet I'm going to be up all day today, but I'm going to still come at 8. You was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Like, anytime somebody give me an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Like, I don't care how tired I am right now. I can sleep. You know, I can go home, go to sleep by this. Ain't going to kill me. But it's like, I'm serious about this. I'm putting my life on the line. This is my reputation. Like, the stuff I talk about, these folks ain't playing with me. Them people who sat me down in the beginning, they not playing with me. They told me, like, I know for sure that them people can do whatever they want to do with me, because they senator, they lawyer, they judge. One thing I learned, and I got all their numbers, like, I know them, like, now, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to offer me positions if I don't get the position, you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta like me. Atlanta want to give me down there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was telling them
blackmail, y'all.
Yeah. And I was like,
I
said I can't do it. But like I said, me growing up how I grew up and how I was raised, like I said, if a push was coming to shove, and like I said, it'll definitely be Brian Rice or LaShonda Scales. Them who I like the most, you know what I'm saying? And because they got a good mission, they serious, you know what I'm saying? They for real. But what would have been cool is like, say if all of them got behind me and like ushering in a new generation, like we're gonna embrace them. But like this one thing this city would never do with anything. It ain't just about this. Like I say, it's about with musical artists. It's about with anybody with talent. In this city, it's like we curse, man. Like the people keep the people down. You know what I'm saying? Like they got me making history right now, but the media, like the people, the biggest people keep me down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang. But if that was to happen, like I said, Brian Rice or LaShonda Scales, and if they asked me to work with them, or like if I was to become mayor, I'm bringing them in, because what I tell people. When they hear I'm running for mayor, they thinking I'm going to be the mayor and I'm going to run everything. The mayor has a team. I've had to tell the people, the mayor has a team. It's multiple people making decisions with him. He can't just wake up and say, I'm going to do this. He could, but they going to shut that down. He got to go through a process. City council got to approve. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a process how we do these things. And like, what I'm planning on doing, because my integrity, my morals, my principle, my courage, I want to be the mayor and help the people get to where they need to be so we can make things right. Because if the elites the people who set me down, they want to buck and go against. Like I said, I'm willing to let them. You know how they did Larry Langford? Like, whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to bite the bullet. Like, if y'all want to kill me or y'all want to lock me up or whatever y'all want to do, I'm willing to let that happen. To let my grandma say, at least, man, her road got paid. Or like, at least the people getting taken care of.
So now I got to sound like them church folk.
Yeah.
But God.
Yeah, and that's what I'm not worried about now.
If you do not ride with bullshit,
Yeah.
yes, the road will be rocking.
Yeah.
Yes, your feet gonna hurt, but you'll come
He showed
out
me too
unscathed.
many times. He showed me too many
But
times.
if you turn around, as I always say,
Yeah.
use this if you want to,
Yeah.
Pop Shop Story, the podcast, episode 142.
Yeah.
You can't run with the devil, then tell him.
Yeah.
Because as much as I like Larry Langford, I used to love to see him go up to Jordan
Yeah.
Dale, see him down about the platinum at that car wash,
Yeah.
all that.
He was outside.
Yeah, he was out in the street. Boy.
In order for those people, or as people call them, the elites, white people, whatever they
Yeah.
want to call them, to
Exactly.
have something on you,
Yeah. You gotta be doing that.
you can't mess around. That's just like if we was all
Involvement.
Yeah, we can't be killers and then
Yeah.
now Robert Walker decide he want
He
to get in
wanna
the church
tell him, yeah.
and tell the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, we ain't gonna kill you, Robert, because we love you, but we're gonna send you to prison
And
because you'll
Gonna
mess up.
expose
you.
You'll mess up our whole
Can I
organization.
tell you, that's exactly why I'm the
That'd be
best
1,000,
person.
man.
That's why I'm the best person for this job. That's why I'm the best person for this position. And that's what I tell people. 'Cause it's something that you can't buy. You can't like. I can tell y'all that, but you gotta see it. Like people in the know me, they already know. Like, boy, that's why they gonna vote for me. But it's like a lot of these people, they ain't willing to go that far though. You know what I'm saying? Like they might slip up. Me, bro, like I told you, I was making $725, and I was making good money. But you know, in my mind, I'm like, bro, now I can even live out there. But I'm saying back then it was a blessing to just have it.
Try
food,
try
that's good money.
425.
Yeah, man, my
Go
grandma
ahead.
here was talking about they were making $3 and $2.
Yeah.
No, but guess what? They had houses though. That's crazy. But
cost of living was
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Mr. Walker just explained
Yeah,
that
yeah,
before
yeah.
about that markup of that
And
dog.
so that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I, like
involved with it.
I just put my trust in God, my faith in God, like, cause I don't know how I got this far, to be honest with you, cause so in March, it's a lot of heartbreaks that went through this thing. Like in March 1st, my best friend, my big brother, Corn, he passed away, right? He died. It was, and I say it's an overdose. Somebody laces weed or something, because he died, you know, sitting up in the chair, and I know he probably smoking, but it broke my heart. It shut me down. Like I ain't want to get up out of it, you know, because I went to go see it. I was in Homewood at a Democrat convention, something where I was trying to get endorsed with, you know, the Democrats and stuff, and I was speaking, and I was doing a good job, and I was shaking hands, meeting everybody, and then I came back to my phone, like, you know, trying to see what's going on, and they said, hey, Jeremy Corn just died. And I was like, while I'm in the thing, you know, and my eyes were, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, people trying to talk to me. I'm like, trying to keep a straight face. And I said, yeah, I gotta leave real fast. And I drove right there to Deer Park. I drove to West End, and I went, and the police was there. You know, I ain't want to get out of the car, and I went in there, and cause it's my god baby now. Cause every time my friend passed, I take care of the kids, or try my best to with the money I got. But so he passed away. That happened, and then a good friend of mine, she had got killed in a car crash. That happened on March 1st, on the first day of March, or the first day of March. And then the next Saturday, one of my homegirls got killed in a car crash. Now her baby, her mama died, and then now she just died. Now the baby, you know, just got to go with the dad or get taken care of by whoever. And then, what recently just happened, there's been a lot of heartbreaking things with my people. Like I said, a couple of pastors, and I ain't gonna call them out, but what I learned, you can buy anything in this world. Like you can buy people, you can buy whatever you want. You know, buy ideas. You can pay people to say certain things, and pay people to say vote for this. You know, you can just do anything.
Yeah.
And so I got my heart broken by them. You know, over the time, and by principals, at schools, I was trying to talk to the kids and sign them up for voter registration. You know, all that. And then July, my Uncle Winston just passed. And I had to do Gary Richardson the day after, like, you know. So, and it was one of them pull the plug situations. Now, I ain't never seen that in my life, but my Uncle Winston, it was like a pull the plug situation. I had to see him take his last breath. Yeah, and they made it. And I was crying like a baby when I heard he was getting ready to die, because they was like, Jeremy, they told me and my brother, like, y'all come and see him before he passed away. And I was like, dang. So I left work early. And God's so good, he let me leave work early, because at first I was saying, I'll go when I get out. But they pulled the plug way before I would have got off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they made the announcement, hey, we finna get ready to do this, and y'all want to come see him? And then they just did it like an hour later. You know, like it wasn't no time for nobody to come see him. But that happened. And then I had to go to Gary Richardson the next day. And, hey, how you doing? My name's Jeremy Littlepage. And I had to get on the radio and still, you know what I'm saying?
Turn it back on.
And I just, like, God helped me, like, protect my mind. I don't know how I'm still running with all this traumatizing stuff happening, like with the candidates, like that broke my heart. Like I said, it was just me running away from one little man. Come out Africa, but Come Out Africa ran plenty of times before. And it's like, I'm like, bro, y'all just give me a chance. I got a clear shot. Because I can beat both of them. Because, you know, that's a show. You know, it's like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Like, people don't want both. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people do, but I ain't going to do them like that. But I was like, I got them. I can get this. I can smoke them. Because I know what I'm about and what I can speak on. But then people just start, you got one, another one jump in, another one jump in, another one jump in, another one jump in. 9 people, I'm like, damn, now people ain't going to pay attention to me. Because then you got the media personalities and the radio people, they pushing voter fatigue on the people saying, y'all Birmingham political scene a mess, and y'all know y'all tired of it. When you put that in people's subconscious mind, they start going along with it because everybody know these days that people go with trends. So when they pushing it, then you got the news, you know, coming out with articles and stuff. And you got people that's friends with friends, and they coming out with articles bashing other candidates. And it's like, dang, they ruining a whole momentum of where this thing could go.
And not to cut y'all, I was just speaking with somebody about that the other day, man. I get kind of tired of hearing that too about the Birmingham. I mean, I know that's what we are and that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, but
people talk about just because the race is a little messy here, like. It's the first time it ever happened. We just watched the presidential. We just watched the highest damn race in the damn land.
And that's what
the last 2 or 3 of them. I mean, turning dog fights. I mean,
hard dog fights.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Birmingham ain't what y'all trying to make it out to be about all this stuff. But it is what it is. People gonna be people.
No, it's propaganda. They doing it on purpose. Like
I just had the same thing you talking about.
For example. And I love Lady Wu.
It ain't that bad.
I love Lady Wu. I reached out to Lady Wu. I reached out to Lady Wu in the beginning. I told I was reaching out to everybody. I'm talking about T.I., Gucci, man. Like, everybody just telling, because I was excited, like, well, I'm doing this and people support me. And them people reached out to me. You know, they were telling me, I'm proud to keep going. But I reached out to Lady Wu, and I was telling her, because I follow everything she said, and I like her a lot. And I was talking, and I Instagram, like, DM'd her, and I was talking, but she left me on red with, like, a lot of messages and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. But then recently, I just seen her pushing the voter fatigue. Like, man, y'all tired of the campaign? She was just asking questions, though.
Because somebody done said it, like you said. So now, let's just keep on regurgitating this shit.
But then last year, see, I got to tell it like it is. And I know they ain't going to like this. They going to get at me about this. But last year, she was saying, bro, y'all got to go vote. We got to make sure Trump don't get enough. You know, that was urgent. But right here in the city, it ain't urgent. When real life, we watching the rich get richer. These apartments getting built every month. These people getting the rent going up everywhere, and the poor people getting pushed out. And it's like, y'all care more about the presidency than the local, what's going on politics here. But then in a minute, we finna look up, everybody finna be gone.
And that shit was super messy.
You see what I'm saying? And it was super messy, but that's what I was saying. That's what the heartbreaking thing, like I said, but they pushing, it's like a lot of propaganda, because what I learned, like I said, it's about money. They don't want the money to leave, because when Jeremy get in, the people gonna get the money. You know, and they like, no, we can't. We got something that we doing. We collect. You know what I'm saying? We getting all that. We getting rich out there. And like these
are with the program.
Yeah, and so it's like that's why they pushing the propaganda. But back to the heartbreak. Like I said, my Uncle Winston died. I had to pull the plug, and I woke up and I had to go to Gary Richardson early in the morning. I had an interview like at 7, so I had to get up like at 6 something. You know, and I had to get there. And I got there, and shout out to Kevin Lester. That's my guy. That's a good dude too. He put me on a lot of game with a lot of stuff. But I did the Gary Richardson. I had to argue with clowns on the radio. Well, not argue, but like kind of, and I ate them up. You know what I'm saying? The people defended me. So that's what I love about black people. Like, that when you right, they would, you know, they gonna defend you, but they don't talk about him this and that. And because he was trying to say a dude got on the radio, Mr. Mario. I know him, but the dude. But long story short, he got on there. He was like, "Do you even know what a mayor do?" And I'm like, bro, come on, my boy. Like this, come on, don't even come on here playing. And I couldn't. I don't shy away from that. So I'm like, you know, like I'm gonna go on answer. And I told him up. Then he was like, but you keep saying, I said, and I kept mentioning it after I told him what to do, because I guess he wanted me to give him a textbook, definitely. I said, man, stop all that playing. Next caller, please. You know what I'm saying? But the man wanted me to tell him textbook, and I was just telling him what to do. He knew I said the right thing. But then I was saying, but I kept saying the people. The mayor served the people. The mayor served the people. And he was like, the mayor created revenue. The mayor is supposed to bring business in. I said, he do that too, but he served the people more before anything. See, they don't like when I get to talking like that. Jeremy Littlepage trying to serve the people. They asked me, well, Jeremy, what's one of the things you're going to do? What's your plan? I said, I'm going to listen to the people. And they sound cliche, you know what I'm saying? But it's so many things that happen in this city that these elected officials just go and do. They don't even ask the people. They say, well, I'm going to put this in the y'all community. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have this event. I'm going to do. But you don't go around and say, would y'all like to have this? Because some people in Drew Hill beg for the amphitheater not to go right now. You know what I'm saying? And they mad to this day about it. And I I can't tear it down, but you know they were pissed. When I go door to door, they were saying, Jeremy, we voted on that. We didn't want that. Wolfen said, we weren't gonna get it. And then they got put up. You know what I'm saying? And they, because you know, people come through there flying now, the music loud. You put that in the middle of a neighborhood where people didn't live there 60 years, they paid off their house 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like everything good.
They got screwed on Protect the State.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then they came back with the amphitheater.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then y'all see Birmingham State talking about they getting ready to leave because
They gonna leave.
So what's going on in this city? Another reason why I'm running for mayor. I know I'm going, y'all, but another reason why I'm running for mayor. We running before we even crowd. You know how they say you got to crowd before you walk. We ran before we can even crowd. We bringing business. We bringing a lot of entertainment stuff in, and it's for people with money who can afford it.
And they ain't got the money right.
And they ain't even got the money or the jobs. And so when they say, Jeremy, what you focus on? I say job opportunity, and they say, well, okay, how you gonna do that? It's so many talented people that got businesses already, but they don't have the building, the legit stuff. I'm helping those people get their business because we got the money. We get them. Last year we had 584 and some change. Year before that we had 5 something. We got over $1 billion in just the last 3 years. We at 591 right now for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Even more.
Yeah, of course it is. You know, like don't get me in trouble now, but because I go. We really at 600, but we at 591 right now. We got more homeless people than ever because it's getting crazy. I worked on 2nd Avenue. It's crazy. We saying $10,000 sign-up bonus. You know, like we getting ridiculous at this point. Like this ain't nothing to play with. Like these folks, we at an all-time. We was at an all-time. I think we still is with police officers, city workers, firefighters. You know, everybody was hiring like crazy, but our people don't understand. They say, Jeremy, we hear what you saying. What you mean? I say, ain't this kind of crazy that we gotta hire all these people like this? Why we need to be recruiting police officers? Talking about 10,000 here. Come on, all you need is a license. That's it. Come on. This ain't family. Like, bro, what you talking about? Like, we need to make sure we getting the right people in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, in these positions, like,
you right.
And then you got, like, no offense, like I said, but you got Caucasian officers dealing with people in Aberdeen and Kingston and pulling them over for no reason now because they don't understand. Like, bro, Officer Jones, that was a great guy. Like, he knew what to do, but he had to quit because he kept saying, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it no more. It's too much corruption going on in the city. I can't work with nobody like that. I can't work with these people. Then we had, look how many police chiefs we had in the last 8 years. You see what I'm saying? Like, what is Birmingham coming to, man? We losing everything going on.
The sad part for me, and like I said, we just slightly older than you, but you definitely understand what's going on.
Y'all
what's happening, man? This stuff is intentional.
Of course.
Like, I'm sure you know this too. Birmingham first mayor was in 1979. We're talking about 46 years. We've been on a black leadership. So a lot of times people always say white people.
No.
But be honest with you, nobody wants to say it. But
shit,
you got to worry about the goddamn black people.
That's what they doing to me right now.
That's a hell of a buffer.
Yeah.
Because see, when you got somebody look like you, the conversation changes. Hey, Rob, man, you know what I'm talking about. And he's sitting up taking notes.
Man, you fine, man. You fine. You fine.
Yeah, comedian already have.
No, I'm saying, like, I knew that. I watch you, but like, I watch you, but like, what you annoying, man. Like
that's a real
man,
shit,
like, cause
man.
that's what been happening. Like, they come to me.
No.
Yeah, they come to me. They come to me, and like, that's why I said it's fake. Like, cause in my mind, like, I'm a genuine person, so I'm like, oh, this dude, he trying to help me free. But then I realized they trying to sign me so they can keep me out the way, so they can help the other people just come on. You know what I'm saying? And they want to know my plan. Yeah. They always ask me. That's why I had to stop saying like my plans, what I got for the future of the city of Birmingham, because a lot of people are like, so what you gonna do? And what I've been falling for, because I ain't know no better, because everything I was saying, Randy Wolfen started doing it, because he the mayor. So it's like, hey, now you care about single mothers, and you got the single mothers, and now you care about the kids and the PAC.
But
why did though, bro, Littlepage? That should be insulting. All right, you know, because like to me as a mayor, right, you got a city car, you got the power to say I got a city. This is like all your tools you have. Man, you can ride around all day. Literally, you can ride around smoking reefer all day and be like, and there.
That's what I'm going to do.
And people don't realize it's as simple as that. One thing I've noticed with urban communities, I ain't gonna just say black because there's a lot of people stay. There's a little mixture now. But here's the thing though. Whatever we need in the city, as far as urban communities, we got to do a study. We got to come by there and see what's going on. They got to, you know what I mean? You got to do all that bullshit. But when it come down to neighborhoods with, I say, higher per capita, man, them folks don't be around at no goddamn council meeting every day, all day, and begging and shit. And somehow your job get done. Or if they want something new, man, that shit can be up and running in 6 months. And we done the Coke bill, the $330 million, they say that'll be ready in 3 years. That shit might be ready by mid next year. Them boys moving.
This thing getting built way quicker than that Family Fun Center.
But man, that Family Fun Center.
Well, he said, due to legal reasons, we can't get it. Due to legal reasons right now.
Well, legal reasons, I don't want to do it because
that was announced in 2022. By the way,
I just really hate that, man. That even with our own people, you know what I'm saying, just treat us like shit. Because it's like, look, man, like I heard somebody that was talking about. Basically, well, them niggas do this in their community and they do that. But I'm like, but that's no reason for you not to do your job. Exactly. If he or she doing whatever, you do that with them, but man, you gonna make everybody suffer because Duke and Ray now around the whole throwing rocks.
You remember I said that our fun center over here on the east side was gonna be built before the fun center on the west side. Mm-hmm. Fun center open.
So the doors is open.
But you know what I believe happened? You know what I believe happening now? This is just my interpretation, riding around the metro area that we in, because I ride around all the time. Yeah. With my Barber. But here's the thing. When they talk about Family Fun Center, now this is just a thought, and just kind of picture it. Yeah. I think, again, it's intentional that certain shit don't come here. The crime is intentional, even though we can argue and say it's the people. But what got the people to this point? Yeah. Nobody don't never want to blame. Why? Okay.
All go together.
That's what I talk about.
Duke a killer, but what got them to this point? We don't want to talk about that. Like you said, you just want to lock them up. Yeah. So if I can keep the fun centers, the complexes, and the certain stuff that get built in the inner city, it goes to your outskirts, which means the people in the inskirts go to the outskirts, and now you lose revenue. Ain't no way a town like Trustville can be ran like a brand new bottle of lotion on a nigga that, yes.
It's beautiful. Have you seen new iron there?
So what I'm saying, so it's like, what do they get all this revenue for? Are they smarter than us? Do they apply for certain things? Do they not pass up stuff? Are they more intelligent? Are we fools? It's something.
Or do they take care of their people the right way?
Or do they take care of their people?
Do they do the right thing?
Because ain't no way, man. I've been here, like I said, all my life, and I've watched us get fucked over time and time again by people that look just like us. And it's sad. You really need a goon squad go beating some ass about that shit. Because all that voting and talking to them it's so and so. And I ain't the only one that feels this way.
That's when you got to do. This is what I said. This the most important time in Birmingham right now. It's been in a long time. Because that's what, and like I said, I love the people who I'm running against. They know this. But that's why we need something new and refreshing that they ain't never seen. Because we keep going for, like I said, like you just said, we've been getting messed up for decades. Like, because somebody in a position saying, well, you know what, I got this experience, and they know how to sell you that lie, and then when they do it, then they get in, and they don't do it, it's like, now we got to wait 4 years till they get out, so we get somebody else. But it's like, and that's why I said we got to just end it right now. We have to end it right now, because we're going through this same cycle. Bro, I don't want my grandma, that's one of my little fears. I was like, I don't want my grandma to pass, like, she don't see what Birmingham could be. Like, we can get it back to the way, but we just need to clean all that out, because like it's a whole lot going on over there. Like you just said, we've been at 5 for a minute. So we got over $3 billion in the last 8 years, right? 10 years. That's a lot of money. That's crazy to say a lot, but we got $3 billion with a B, $1 billion, and the parts look the same. The abandoned buildings still look the same. Everything.
But see, that's why I keep saying it's intentional.
Right. Guess what else is intentional?
It's intentional.
Guess what else is intentional? When they say, well, you know what? We're going to bless y'all. Section 8, we're going to start doing Section 8. Y'all move to Roebuck, y'all move to Pinson. Like, y'all get a 5-bedroom. You got 4 kids? Get a 5-bedroom, 3 baths. We're going to let you pay $500 a month, $400 a month. Go out there. Leave this where you living around. Leave your mama house that she left you. You don't really know nothing about it anyway. You ain't paid tax on it anyway. But leave this house. We're going to help you go out there. We're going to get you a better house in a better community. And they leave out there. Just like they try to do with people over there in Drew Hill. I'm so glad they stand on business. Because the older people, they with it. Like, I ain't going nowhere. Before they built the amphitheater, they try to pay double and triple for them folks' house. Like, hey, y'all just move out. Just like, the apartments they got condemned. Like, they saying there was too much gambling and shooting out of crime. You think now that people, man, our people letting it happen to themselves. Like they cheering on, like I just said about the blight. They call it the blight, you know, the abandoned house. Tear it down, but we in 2025, the cost to build a house from the ground up is crazy. But the people saying, yeah, tear it down, I'm tired of looking at it. But the Hispanics saying, we're not going to tear no house down, we're going to fix it up and just move it. It's cheaper to do it that way. But guess what? We're going to chill the mayor and the people on and say, demolition camp, yeah, let's watch the live. They tearing the house down, I'm glad they're tearing up. But then when they build a $3,000 house next to your home, and now your property tax go up, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Then they do that to the next 3 they tore down. Now it's too high for you to live, and it's modern day gentrification, and now you forced out legally, and now you're like, well, I shouldn't have told them to tear that house down. It was helping me stay here.
But like you said, people people don't look at the antics.
And they don't even know.
Because even like going back to the stadium deal.
Mm-hmm.
When they did that stadium,
oh Lord,
it was it was a straight robbery. It was a legal robbery.
Legal.
It was a legal robbery. And like to me, stuff like that, them politicians, after you make a bad deal like that, it should be like week after next, just like you get fired from a job. Hey man, don't even get your shit. We'll drop this shit off at your house, man.
It's only fair.
Because it's insulting. But I think politics is set up like this just so it can do what it do. Because once I sign a deal with Robert and give him all the city money, the next mayor can't just come take it back.
I don't think
it's a 30-year deal.
Politics is set up like
30
this.
year.
I know Birmingham is set up like this. There's no ridiculous ass contracts you see going to any other municipality that comes.
That's
to
what I've
Birmingham.
been. Yes, sir.
There's nobody. How many? Look at all of the different venues we invested in. We get absolutely nothing from. You don't see that going to any other municipality but Birmingham.
It's intentional.
Nobody else would even offer this kind of bull to.
They won't even play with them like that.
They bring it right here. If you want to give somebody a dumb deal, if you're going to get the dumb deal, you're going to get a dumb deal done in Birmingham. That's the only place.
We just leased the Birmingham stand. And I'm being funny when I say that because it's like, bro, like I said, we running before we crawl. Like they putting so much stuff in the city, and guess what? They turn around to, like you keep saying the word I love. That's the word of they insulting. They insult you when they say, y'all ain't coming to support. Y'all ain't coming to support. Bro, people can't pay the water bill and power. I know people right now, today, water been out for a minute. They need help. Because, we had some kind of water assistance in the power. We had it. It just disappeared. But, like, people struggling right now. They can't put the kids in daycare. They got to get grandma. Grandma's tired of watching the kids. And you talking about going to a club or a game or having a... Hey, buddy, we got stuff that we really got to worry about. But when you so far out of touch with your people and like you don't understand what's going on and like you straight, like everything good. You got a nice house, nice car, and you got a family, all that. Like these folks, single parents with 4 kids, they made the decision. They had the kids, they laid it, but they still deserve help. You know what I'm saying? But when you say, well, still people, like you just said, you said we keep getting people in and they do everything for everybody else, but when it come to our people, like, well, y'all need to keep y'all neighborhood clean. That's why it's dirty. But you got a department. I ain't gonna need to do that because shit, me and her, we made up, me and her. But you have people that go and supposed to, clean. They get paid to do these things. It's people that get paid. It's positions.
And they're not doing their job.
And so that's the word I always like to use: accountability. Yeah. One thing about Jeremy Littlepage, you might see me in a city truck on the back with him. Hey, let's do this lot right here. Because when they say we shouldn't be cutting people lots, well, we also shouldn't let it get too far out of control. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the pressure on the. Hey man, if you ain't handling your business, we gonna get the house. You know what I'm saying? Because he said it take 2 years, but now all of a sudden, the demolition camp been ramped up this year. Like it don't take 2 years no more. Like you know what I'm saying? They tearing everything down every day.
But what people don't realize, tearing down all them houses definitely ain't the solution either.
Ooh, we in for a rude awakening.
What's not the solution, man?
You see, matter of fact, like I said, I live 4 minutes away. I live in Baby Kingston, but through that, I had to drive through the new Woodline United. You like Woodline? Yeah, I like Woodline United. What's getting ready to happen? They got the cameras on there too, so you can't tell the properties up. But it's when you start to get the $250,000, $300,000 houses, and you start to get this stuff, you say, well, I work it like I use this analogy a lot because I'm a blue collar worker. I'm about the blue collar people, and I love white collar people. But Birmingham was called a Steel City back in the day. It's the blue collar people. So now we the Magic City. We went from Steel City. We Magic City. You know what I'm saying? But
Not magic by the line, except
yeah.
how the money disappears.
Yeah, like we
Shit, now you
yeah.
see it, now you
Yeah,
don't.
well, now it's about the magic now. So yeah, like I said, abracadabra. You know,
Yeah.
the sidewalks ain't repaired, my boy. Like you gotta wait we gonna take the same thing next year when the budget come out. We gonna say, look, we ain't gonna invest in no Birmingham City schools. The teachers ain't get, cause I'm taking care of everybody. Everybody getting raises. Like we not doing no dollar rate. Like these people, we in a new time right now, man. Like we still trying to mess over people like it's the 90s and 80s, and wonder why people get quitting. You know, and people say, I can't. I'm going to the counter. I'm working for the. You heard that a lot. Y'all heard that before?
But see,
I'm gonna leave the city. I'm going to the counter. They take care of you.
And see, that's why I
You
say
know, public work.
Homewood City take care of it.
and
I'm
see,
going to Homewood.
that's why I say it's intentional, because if you think about it, like here they brag about Birmingham got like one of the best police training facilities and all that
Yeah.
right there, which I believe so.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I know a lot
That's
of
true.
great people in Birmingham.
Yeah.
But watch this. You mean to tell me that a smaller municipality with not even a third of the people in this city could pay more? Like, think about this now. They can afford to pay more.
I said it.
I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
man.
I think that, I'm telling you, man, and I just believe this in my heart, that the stuff that happens in Birmingham is to push folks to the outside. Run down the property value, crime through the roof, then one day this savior gonna come through and lock up everything moving, and all of a sudden, magically, abracadabra, voila, crime solved. You know, of course, you'll never stop it to zero, but I'm telling you, once you move everything out and you leave zero resources, what do you think is going to happen? That's why I said the people with all these doctorates and masters and
They know how to mess you
they're
over.
not stupid, man.
Yeah, they know it.
That's why I
they
said
trained
so.
to mess you over. See,
It is not
when
a
so when
mistake.
people say they talk about what's your background, education background, and I say, well, I ain't go 'cause I went to the army, and they, you know, they don't say thank you for your service. They're like, well, oh man, I thought you would have. You don't. So what they didn't train us to believe, you need money to run a race, you need sponsors and donors, you need a college education, you need all that stuff. Cool, it's cool to have,
Train
but it
you-
discouraged the
train
people
you
like
for
me and you
old
with
folk.
the look. They
That's what
discouraged
they
the
gonna
people
do.
like this with this.
Yeah.
This is what you really need. You know what I'm saying, in the spirit. But they trained you to think you need all this other stuff. So man, I can't run for no man. That's why when I'm doing it, people like, why you really running for man for real? Then they cut on news. Why I see you in the news? Like, what? We ain't seen this one before. Like, wait a minute, hold on, Jeremy. Like they loving it because they like, hold on. And guess what I did when I
cut like yours, and they used to seeing on the news for a
man,
different reason.
I said it too. I said,
That's all that
I
is.
thank God that I was able to make the news for the first time doing something positive. And I said, when Jeremy Littlepage came out in January, you see, and I ain't taking the credit for it, but I'm just saying, you see a mayoral candidate running for Fairfield, 18 years old, Brandon Moss. That's my boy. You see Jesse Smith saying, I'm running for city council, 23. You see Scratch and Hoover running for city council. He 20 in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, the young people, hold on. Something going on, and something in the water. Like, these young people starting to realize, hey, we got to do this because the older people going to keep taking advantage. They're going to keep coming through with these speeches, and they're going to look at you and say, I stand here before you today, you know, humbly with love and this and that. And they're going to look at you, and they're going to tell you all these things.
What
And
they
you
say
going
there? What
to,
they
I
say?
humbly stand here before you today. And they look at you, and they talk real good. And it's like, and then you look before, like you said, you left out a real critical, important part of what you were just saying about is being pushed out. If they being pushed out, who coming in? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's getting ready? If they being pushed out, who coming in? Like, why did they put a gate around the crossplex? Like, I thought the crossplex was just probably fair, but you can just walk up and you just. Why did they tell people, hey, you can park over there in 5 Points where the shopping center, you know, but you can't shop over there. Just go to Subway and get cookies. And Mr. Corey, a guy at Refresh Clothing, he told me this, and I laughed, and I said, man, he capping, man. He trying to hype it up, cause I'm thinking he just capping me down. And then I saw the little boy at the track meet, because I sat in there, I love to talk, as you can see, I was telling it out for a minute, but we was just chopping up, I love to talk. So we was sitting, you know, he got a storefront, you know, sitting in front of the window, and the little track boys and the athletes walked past the shops, went to Subway, got cookies in the sub with their drinks, and went back to the crossplex. And I was like, oh, you was for real? Like, I ain't know allegedly, somebody telling them, don't spend your money over there, just, you know, but y'all can go to Subway, that's about the best thing to go over there. But you don't go to Foot Locker and Hibbett Sport. Don't go shop with them and put no money in it. Y'all go back the way y'all go when y'all leave here. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we're going to make it safer for y'all because we feel like they might be bothering y'all. So we're going to put a gate around and just let them know that they don't just be come walking over it. I'm come over here. Yeah, it's free. You can watch the track meet, but no, y'all can't come over. Just put the gate up, put the police in. Hey, what you coming over here for? I want to watch the track meet. No.
People don't realize in this city, when you criminalize everything, that's how folk gonna act.
Yeah.
And that's white, black, or anything.
You are your environment.
Yeah.
And people. So I got into it with this older gentleman. And he was saying, "Well, Jeremy, I love what you saying, but I just be feeling like you taking up for your generation, the kids." And you say, because everybody got their own mind, they make their own decisions. You gotta realize that people gotta be accountable for their own decisions. I said, "That's true." I said, "That's true, sir." But the man brain don't fully develop till you're 25. And the way my partners and my little homeboys, my mentees, the people who I'm mentoring, the way they pop these perks and oxys and roxys and addies and smoke this weed and drink this lean. So they say weed kill your brain. So that's what they say. What you think all this other stuff doing? But then it ain't a pandemic, it ain't an epidemic. But when people in Mount Brook and Hoover and like other people like across America, you know, they kids doing, they say, hold on, this is we gotta stop this opioid crisis. That's what they call the opioid crisis. But when these boys when these boys going through it over here, they say they bad, lock them up. They killing each other. They stupid. Go lock them up. Take the gun. They gotta switch. Give them 10 years automatically. Like, bruh. But we ain't gonna help them. We ain't gonna send them to rehab like we do them. You see what I'm saying?
It's diagnosed differently.
Yeah.
That happened during the crack epidemic.
His mama got killed. His daddy got killed. He getting raised by his godmama, and she selling herself, and she doing drugs, and he living in the project in Kingston, and he got perfect. He's supposed to just go to school, and he's supposed to go to school, and the boy picking on him because they saying we Birmingham City School stopped the uniform, which saved my life because I couldn't afford none of that. Well, these boys wearing Balenciaga, so they saying we wearing Giuseppe's and Balenciaga. This boy got on Reebok, man. Boy, you broke, boy. And now he just lost everything. He in DHR. He got to go to school. Boy picking on him. You know what I'm saying? He dusty. He can't afford it. And then when you get to fighting, and then that lead to, okay, now they starting to respect me. Now I got my chest pumped out. Okay, now you know what? I'm gonna keep on revving. I'm gonna keep on doing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, matter of fact, OG helped me get a gun at 15. All right, play with me now. Y'all call me Dusty now. So y'all play with me. Now I'm killing. And now at 16 years old,
the gospel, bro.
At 17, 16, I get charged as a door. I go to juvenile life, but then I get shipped over, and now I gotta go to Kilby, and now I gotta do all this. And I thought to myself, it wasn't really that bad. I could have just dealt with the jokes. I could have dealt with it, but you don't learn that till you're 30.
Yeah, when you
and
get older,
you're going up for parole. You're going up for parole.
Back.
He said, if I would have just knew then what I knew now. And it's like, what Jeremy Littlepage saying, we can teach you what you know now, so you won't have to go down that road. Yeah. Look at me. Go to work at Arbor. So it's plenty of people hiring, but guess what they do? They don't. And I know this is going to sound so crazy and ignorant, but I got to tell the truth. It's a lot of guys out here, and I love them. Be my boy. They my age. They 26. Some of them 25, 24, 23. Don't have a wallet. Don't have an ID. Don't have a driver license. Don't care nothing about it. They just gonna get that pack. They gonna keep trapping. Nobody telling them like, hey, my boy, like,
conditions
hey, listen.
haven't changed.
Hey, my boy, listen. You risking your life for the same pack that you keep flipping because you messing it up, the money up your real, because you keep buying the joints because you keeping up with the Jones. You got to be fly, and you out here eating ramen noodles, and you got the trapper down mindset. But hey, you know, if you worked at a Walmart, you know, you get a check every 2 weeks, you know, and you'll be straight. You go get you got a W-2, you go get your proof of income, you can go get your apartment, you go,
credit.
You know, you can take care of your kid, your baby mama, they can live with you, and you can. She won't have to be on Section 8. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to sneak over there to the house to get caught. It's over with. You know, like. And we help solve all these problems, we won't have the problem. But then they saying, Jeremy, we know that already, my boy. Like, you're taking it too far. You trying to enlighten people, educate people. We don't need that right now. Like, we need the people to keep doing what they doing, my boy.
But you know, a person who inside the tornado don't know it's spinning.
No.
The niggas on the outside know they in trouble, but the niggas on the inside, after you spend so long, you adjust to the spinning.
When I told y'all in the beginning, like I said, when I enlisted and put my hand up, and I was like, what am I joining the army for? I ain't never had no dream to join the army. But God did all that for a reason. I left out, and I went to Virginia. Well, I went to Relaxing Jackson, first Fort Jackson. They did me bad. Now, I was like, bro, I ain't never did no 2 mile, ran no 2 mile, did no push-up, no sit-ups in my life. What? Bro, I'm drinking lean, smoke weed back home. Wow, I'm here now. They conditioning, they detoxing, they breaking me down, they doing it. And I said, wow, I was really messed up. And so when I came back from base training, AIT with my certification, I came back home. I said, y'all, it's more to life. Why I just went to Hawaii? Y'all, bro, it's like this over there, and it's like this. And they saying, hold on, for real? They listen to the stories, but in their mind, all they know is what they know right now because they in the environment. And now I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. I'm gonna use my money and I'm gonna take my partner to Gulf Shores. We're gonna leave the pride. We're gonna go to Gulf Shores. We're gonna go for a weekend. And I'm gonna spend $3,000. I done ran my money up in the Army, but I'm just spending money. It's gonna be an experience. And they said, well, I ain't never been to the Galleria. Some of my partners ain't never been to the Galleria before. But it's like, when I took them to Gulf Shores, that's part of one of my plans I'm gonna do when I become mayor. I wanna take these kids out the community. I'm gonna bring them back, but I wanna show them what's, because right now it's Facebook mess, it's, bashing people, tearing people down, it's you getting the joints this weekend, and they still to this day, I thought it was just a high school thing, but I realized like people keep that mindset, they just keep going, like, you know what I'm saying? People just, yeah, and it's like, don't build the credit, they don't do that. So I'm teaching about credit. I'm teaching about, hey bro, listen, man, when I got my HVAC certification, I told them how I did it. Somehow, God just gave these boys a mindset. My peers, my partners, they'll come on and tell you. Now everybody doing HVAC. Now everybody going to Fortis. They getting student loan fast for all that. And they getting HVAC certification. They going for welding. They becoming firefighters. They said, well, Jeremy did it. Jeremy was the worst of the worst, and he changed the life up. He was at. And they said, well, hold on. Well, he make how much installing the unit? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. He can just do this and be straight for the year. I'm finna get on. I got so many friends that's coming along and they realize like, okay, and cause these girls was already on, I'm gonna give them their credit. They already had the house and they mama and them set them up straight. But these boys had to fend for themselves. Cause they the man of the house. Yeah. They the mama son and the mama husband at the same time. And I know I ain't not on that type of level,
Yeah, I know
but like when I was paying the bills, I wasn't supposed to be paying those bills at 13 and paying the rent at 16. With my one, I'm making $1,000 a month. Back then I thought that was $1 million. But I'm paying $600 rent and I'm paying the water and the power bill. And then when I got my leftovers, I get my school shoes and all this and whatever, take care of them, get my soap, my tissue and all this. But it made me a man for something like this. But like I said, when you too close to the truth, like you just said again, they don't want nobody, the people to know how to vote and, hey, your neighborhood president, this. Hey, matter of fact, y'all have Christmas parties in y'all neighborhood. You ain't know that? Or the rec center, they vote on this. They got Thanksgiving parties. All the elders know this. They ain't tell y'all this. Hold on. Back in the day, everybody knew the neighbors in the neighborhood. They knew the neighbors on the street. You don't know your neighbor? Your next door neighbor? Her name is Johnson. You should meet her. She nice. She can give you game. People so scared these days because people crazy these days. Say, I don't even want to meet her. Hey, the elders say, hey, my boy, I'm just going to mind my business. Jeremy, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to just support you. But I ain't going to talk to these young boys. I'm going to stay out that way. That's where it went wrong. It went wrong. It went wrong when the people said, back in the day when you came up, the neighbors, hey, boy, stop. And they whooped you. Hey, get your mind right there. And your mama whooped. That's how I hear that all the time. But when I came up, Birmingham City Schools, this example. Don't touch my baby. You better not touch my baby. The mama fighting the teacher. The mama, you can't put your hands on my baby. Let my baby do what they want to do. When they start, their mindset went from, hey, neighbor, hey, teacher, pop him with the ruler. Y'all discipline him, and I'll get him when I get home, and this and that. It went from, hey, we ain't doing that no more. Don't touch the kids. Don't do nothing to them. I'm going to discipline my child. When the neighbor stopped neighboring, when the neighbors stopped loving their neighbor, the community started going down, and my Hispanic friends, they coming in showing real traditional family values, and they living together, and they eating together, and they off on Sundays, and they build a house up, and they teaching to help one paying the bills, the other 10 they paying they coming up with college funds for the kids, so now they becoming they getting the citizenship the right way, and they taking care of their people. Now the baby girl not an illegal immigrant. So, and she ain't got to worry about no visa and all this stuff now. So guess what she do? They sent her to college. She become the lawyer, and now they working through her, and that's how family do. But with our people, mama leave the house. I got a friend, his mama left him the house. He was living in the house for a while. I know we're going to wrap up in a minute. But his mama left him the house. She passed away, right? She left him the house. And I ain't break my heart to say this. I guess he feel like that was too much. He ain't know what to do and this and that. And the house got back on taxes. And when the house got back on taxes, he could have just paid the tax. It was $457. He felt like that was too much. He said he was going to move. He moved to an apartment. And when he moved to an apartment,
$12.50 a month.
He moved to an apartment, and he paid $950 a month right now. And he been living there since. And this was like 5 years ago. and I think the rent probably went up.
He probably
and,
still
and
get a
now
house back too.
some people, no, my
He
friend.
gonna cost him.
No,
but
I'm
he
saying,
get
no,
back.
I'm saying, my friend, my guy, my Hispanic friends, they thought that they paid that tax debt. You know what I'm saying? They paid that. They in there. They fixed the house up. They living there. The house beautiful. They restored it. It wasn't nothing wrong with it in the beginning anyway. But now they living there, and it ain't no getting the house back. So when you said when we get pushed out, when the house goes,
Well, no. When I say you can get back,
Oh, yeah, you
because
get back.
my father, he's in the real estate.
oh yeah,
You have
Oh, yeah, Grace,
probably,
we got a little time
probably
for-
about 20 years
Yeah.
that you can get it back. People
Yeah.
don't know that, but
there we go.
the problem is what you gonna have to get them folks to get it back because you got to pay them for everything they put
You
in.
remember what I just said? That's why.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
the only
remember what I
thing.
just said? I said my Hispanic friends who I love, and I know them. I go to their house all the time. You heard, I was careful when I said they moved in and they fixed it up. And said no one wrong with it, but they put some money in it. At least a
Make
couple
sure.
grand, 10, 20, 30, probably 50. Just to make sure, hey, my boy, you come back, you got to give us that money back.
Come
He
back
said,
right.
what, 50, what?
Yeah,
I know that
Plus
little room.
interest.
I was in the house on the tax list too, but I can't say that because the city already against me. I don't want them to do. But yeah, I got a little land and I got a little stuff like that. But I want to, because I learned from the OGs. My elders, they taught me a lot of this stuff that I know. I'm wise for 26 years old because like I just listened when they said, Jeremy, hey, use condoms. You don't want to have no kids too early. I ain't say why. I was like, well, you know what? You've been living longer than me. I'm going to listen to you. And I got partner, got baby mama drama. So I said, well, I'm glad I'm going to have kids, but I got to do it when I'm ready. Because right now, I'm not ready to change a diaper. If I know that already, why would I go out here and get somebody pregnant? You see what I'm saying? Like, so my mindset is like, I learn from people's mistakes. And I always like, seen what they did, because early on I got out of the streets real early because I realized, well, I ain't for jail. I don't want to go to jail. I love these girls, and I love the good food. I like to eat chicken Alfredo, and I'm Hollywood, y'all. Like, I like good stuff, so I'm like, man, listen, I like to be free. I don't want nobody waking me up early and making me do what I don't want to do. So I'm going to just stay free, and I realized that I want to do this. So I just stopped, like, because prison went out for me. I knew for a long time. When my uncle did 40 years, and he came back, and nephew, he was telling me how hard it is to get a job, how hard it is to move in certain neighborhoods, how hard it is. In 40 years, he did 40 years before I came. And he was telling me like the stories. Then I got plenty of partners. Why would I do the same thing they did? They already told, they went to prison. I'm on the phone and put money on it, but they saying, Jeremy, boy, you do not want to be here, boy. Like, I wish I would have knew better. I wish I would have just listened. I wish I would have, because you can't rewind the time. You got to just live.
Once it's
with it.
done, you got to deal with the consequences. You're right.
And go with the first thing they do when you become offended. You can't vote. People like, I don't care about voting. I don't need to vote. That's what they think. But then they say, when the black people in our communities, they complain after the mayor get elected or the city council get elected. Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all ain't doing that. You ain't vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had an option. You like you just said, they pushed through voter fatigue. They say, man, y'all tired of y'all. They just drown it out. And then the people get, I'm just going to vote for what I know. I'm just going to vote for the current, whatever. All right. Then next thing you know, boom, the same thing happen. You like, nah, this ain't right. He ain't doing this. They ain't doing this. She ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. You didn't vote, or you voted for this. You had options. Every year, every 4 years, we got options, man. Just like KI, but her time, they got term limits. Her term up. If they don't on the camera, the people, viewers that's watching, don't just vote for the municipal right here, this election, August 26th. Next year, you got the governors.
Mm-hmm. They
running right now. Tuberville, y'all think K.I. is something. Tuberville already telling you, he bold with it. K.I. was a little slick with it. She'll keep it quiet, you know what I'm saying? Tuberville telling you in his campaign right now what he gonna do and who he telling you how it's gonna go. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get my gym. That's why I'm doing this at this young age, because I feel like we got to do it now, because the way things going, we kind of going back. Like, we kind of going back to a time that we already far hard to go. Well, we in 2025.
Only thing I disagree with you on, Jeremy, is when you said we kind of going back.
No, yeah. No, I try to be optimistic. I see what's going on.
No.
Yeah.
But because in reverse don't mean you can't put it in drive.
Oh, yeah.
But we are in reverse.
Yeah.
Because once you go to fighting against your own, oh, man, I swear, I hate that.
Yeah, I want to say about, you were talking about what the Mexicans was doing.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big advocate against, but they don't do a whole lot. We just give them a whole lot of credit.
Yeah.
When they build a house here and there and stuff,
Yeah.
restructure whatever they do and stuff. But you got to remember when we came out of slavery, we built cities.
Yes.
We built hospitals.
Yes.
We built
Black Wall
colleges.
Street.
You don't see them doing that.
No.
And,
We
and
don't.
Black Wall Street was just one of many.
Yes.
You know,
one.
when we had 4th Avenue downtown, when we were doing all of that, you know, we done so many things.
Yes, sir.
But often the difference between us and other nationalities to come over here
We got a
is
foot on
that
our
nobody bothering them.
Yeah.
See, they always, every time we built something up,
They
they
destroy it.
always had organizations like the Klan,
Yeah.
even our own government would come in and destroy what we built up.
And
And after
freeway
getting
through it
beat
and
down
everything.
so many times
Yes.
for so long,
Yes.
you start losing your momentum.
Yes.
But I like to believe that somewhere down the line, that momentum is going to pick back up. I look at the young people
Yes, sir.
now, and everybody got so much money. Where it come from? I don't
These
know.
boys, they get it.
Everybody's
We
gonna
get it
have
now, yeah.
So much money.
Yeah.
And all of these big, high-paying jobs, but and businesses. Tell me, I got a business. What is your business?
Mhm.
We don't know. You know, everybody like timing.
Yeah.
You dress them
Yeah,
well
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, but where do
What you
go to
do?
work?
Yeah.
You know, because I want to support you.
Yes, sir.
I can't support you. You know what I'm talking about? We don't support each other. Support what? But I just want to say that you know we as black people, we've done a lot of great
Yes,
things.
yes.
And stuff. A lot of
We
great
gonna
things.
keep doing it,
We just been betrayed.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because we betrayed each other.
Yeah.
We had a lot of organizations that been against us for so long.
Yes, sir.
But I think even right now, as we stand right now, we still neck and neck with the leader, with the white folks
Yeah.
and stuff. Out of all of that they done to us and against us, and what we do against each other and stuff, I think we're doing pretty well.
Yo, this
But
is
but
the
we
time.
got to stay encouraged to do the right thing and stuff, and stop trying to put each other down, because especially our men, we need to get behind our men. Men was created, black, white, whatever, were created on this earth to be the leader.
To lead.
Stop ambushing your own leaders.
But see, Rob, you said something though. That's why going back what we were saying earlier, what Jeremy was saying when I was like, this shit is intentional.
Yeah.
Like
It is
black,
intentional.
black folks, if you just think about it, like my father, he was telling me about how much land was in the family,
Mhm.
because he retires. All he do is just research and do his thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, just think about if in 1900.
Mhm.
Robert's father, let's say great grandfather, was born, but he left 10 houses to Robert's father.
Mm-hmm.
Robert's father passed and left them 10 houses to him,
Mm-hmm.
and all of it paid for. What would Robert's family be today? So when we talk about the Black Wall Streets and how they ran freeways through the shit
Yeah.
and blowed them up
Yeah.
legally in the
Fire.
government and red line and
Yeah,
all that,
yeah.
what if none of that occurred? We wouldn't be talking about no Mexicans, no white people, nothing. But the difference between black people that's successful for real, like at that time,
Mm-hmm.
you always gonna have haters. But ultimately, it was like, bro, I don't care nothing about you eating shit.
You see,
Yeah,
look,
we straight.
and that
But now, you got niggas scratching and surviving.
you beat me to
which
it. You
fuck
beat me
up the
to it.
mindset.
Yeah. You beat me to it because I definitely. That's why I was getting. That's how I just wait till I let people.
Oh, yeah.
When he was just saying, you beat me to it. I was gonna say everything you just said because this is the time to be alive right now. Like you just said, all these boy got money. They getting money and legally too. Like I got a partner who work in a zip code that they get crazy money now. Like they get I'm talking about my boy was just out for a shutdown. I think for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, paid. You know what I'm saying? Like they bought, they getting it. These jobs, it's a lot of jobs that got make good money. But like we was just saying, now it's worse than ever with each other now. That's the only catch. When you was talking about I wasn't saying that the Hispanic better than, I ain't saying nobody better than who, but I'm saying they do this. Like us, one thing, like how you were just saying, and I don't know if you see how I see it, because in my generation, it's the worst it's ever been. Like I said, back in the day, it was the white man, it was a lot of stuff, people going against y'all, but these days it's us. They didn't trick, we got so lost and so far off. It was it's us versus us for real in the worst way, man. When I tell you the worst way, me running for mayor is when that man told me, one of the powerful people, he told me, he said, you ain't gotta worry, it ain't like the old days, we ain't gonna kill you, lock you, nothing like that, we ain't gonna bet. He said, your people gonna do it to you. And when he said it, I thought he was I called him a liar, I said, man, whatever, man. Well, when people start finally catching on to me around like April, May, and all this and that, when the news started to mention me, so many black people, white people. When I say Crestwood, standing 10-toe by me, and all these people, Southside, everybody, because they listen to. One thing about them, they listen to the message and the messenger. Like they hear what the people saying. They don't go for all the other stuff. But our people go for the headline and flash story. Wolf raise, how much money? Yeah, we gonna vote for him. But when I say my people tore me down before they built me up, they was like 26, man, what? He like young jock. They just made a lot of jokes. We desensitized. Like we got so far. This right here desensitized us. When people are so used to seeing us get killed, you know, we made history last year with the murders. You know what I'm saying? The homicides, and we so used to it. Like people when they ain't make a big deal about it, like that was crazy. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
okay.
Over 150. Like bro, like that's one of the worst things that young people. But it's like we so used to it. Like oh, they just young. No, the young dude got killed. He's 20, 18. We used to it. Like nobody say, hey, now we got to start it for real. Like and really stand on it. You see, and so like when I say how people told me down, like bro, he ain't even, what a man said. What you led already? You ain't even leading in it. And I'm like, oh, gee, you supposed to be lifting me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be behind me. Like, bro, let's do it. Like, but it ain't none of that no more. Like, he was just saying, he is 100% right. Back then, when that was building up Black Wall Street and all that, everything you were just saying, hey, let's work together, brother. Y'all was marching. You was probably in the march down there with them. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, like, going on the boycotts and all that. Yeah, it was unity. Yeah, it was a couple, like he said, a couple of haters. Nah, y'all didn't pray. I ain't finna go down there with y'all. But for the most part, y'all was like, bro, we dying for this. Y'all stood for something. These days, there ain't no standing for nothing. Like we were just saying, our people doing this to us. He just said something so important. We elect these people, and they say, well, we can't do this for y'all because y'all don't come to the meetings. Y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we our own worst enemy. We tear us apart. And like I said, people saying, I don't know about voting for you because you 26. Like, you too young. You got everything else. I like what you're saying. I love your platform. Now, I ain't going to donate to you, nothing like that. I ain't going to support you. I'm just going to say, if you don't win this, that's one of the saddest things I be having to go through when I'm going door to door and I'm going on my campaign. When I meet people, they say, "Man, I love what you talking about, man." They lecture me for about 30 minutes because you know I can't tell them nothing. I can't teach them nothing. They got to teach me everything and son me and tell me like why I should run for city council first and why I should do this first. And they ain't gonna say I'm gonna vote for you, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna get your name out there. It ain't with my black people. It ain't never that. They say, "Well, if you don't win this time, don't give up, don't quit. You you just keep going, keep going." But then people in Crestwood, when my AL.com article came out, they invited me to the neighborhood association meeting, and I ain't never like lived over a day in my life. The president shook my hand and met me. They said, okay, they teach me stuff and all this, and they just telling me they wasn't endorsing me, but they just saying this is what goes on in our community so you can be informed and you can know. And the other neighborhood association, nobody reached out to me like that, and they said, and a couple people in their community when I go door to door over there, they say, you got my vote. I'm gonna vote for you. They serious about it, and they say, matter of fact. They don't say, how can I help? Like, because a lot of black people, man, how can I help? How can I support you? My Cash App been on my page for the longest. I got a website saying, hey, this is how you can donate and support. They not going to do that. They going to say, man, what you need me to do? They going to give me the, the run around and all that. The other people, Hispanic, white people, what up? Hey, listen, here go $5, here go $10. Or what's the Cash App? What's the Apple Pay? They don't do no talking. That was the difference. Back then, Martin Luther King, he was doing it broke. Them folks said, come and live with me. Fred shuttle workers, hey, my boy, come on. I got you. What all you need? You need a car to take you here to this? You need new suits. Yeah, they tore that suit up. You done been in jail so long, this suit stink. You gonna get you a new one. It ain't that. They saying, Jeremy Littlepage, you 26 years old, you making history. I know I'm going on the rant right now, but you making history right now. We gonna watch you to see how far you get. Now, we ain't gonna support you. We ain't gonna donate. We ain't gonna help you out. Now, he gonna help me out and say, hey, come on my platform for free. Some a black man tried to charge me. He got a podcast. It wasn't even doing too good. You know what I'm saying? But he has 150 to come on my platform. And I was like, well, AL.com did my article for free. I ain't say this, but I was like, AL.com did my article for free. He did my article for free. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people did stuff for free. He said 150. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, it like that, bro. Like, that's the difference. These days, crab in the barrel mentality, like how he was just saying. Jeremy Littlepage, I don't like the fact that you 26, you figured this thing out, and you somehow got in there, and we ain't even believing until you got qualified in June 27th, and you actually on the ballot. Now you for real, boy. So from January to June, he just talking. Oh, it's so cute. He's so cute. He running man. I mean, he's so cute. Man, I love it. We keep going, young man. I ain't gonna vote for you, but keep going, young man. I like what you're saying, but I ain't gonna donate to you. Just keep going. And so I had to carry that in my heart. And just, that can make you bitter now. Like somebody tell you,
of course it can.
if you don't win this time, keep going next time. But I ain't gonna say I'm voting for you. I'm support you. How can I help? But next time, you might get it next time.
But see, but I'm gonna tell you this though, Jeremy, before we close. Yeah. Because I know I gotta be back here.
Yeah. I'm already here. I gotta get up and see.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's good though. They gonna love it. They gonna love it.
But but real talk though, man. One thing that keep me sane is that I understand history. You know, standing around my pop. If I went over the house now, I wouldn't leave at 4:48 in the morning. Yeah. We ain't gonna let her leave. We're gonna talk about all that time. We're gonna debate. We're gonna fuss a little, but it's gonna end up coming to a common ground. Even when it come down here. And but the thing is that when you understand how we got here, I really can't even be mad at some of these jokers. Yeah. Because ignorance, man, that's a powerful thing, man. And the worst thing is to be ignorant and don't want to learn. Yeah. That's dangerous. So it's like sometimes when you see that, take it as a blessing that Lord allowed me to meet these type people so I can further know how to deal with them as I grow. Because some people, honestly, they'll talk smart but be dumb as fuck.
You
know what I'm saying? So they like to sound intelligent, using big words all out of place and all that shit. Yeah. So a lot of times, man, you just have to be like, damn, man, bro, sister just ain't there. And see, and as people talking about Christ coming back, they're talking about the Christ consciousness. Everybody ain't there yet.
Yeah, and I see there.
It's just everybody ain't there yet, man. Everybody just ain't there. Like, they mindset, we expecting them to be on the 5th floor and they're on the 1st. But they hollered at me, so all I hear is a voice. Yeah. So they thinking they on the 5th floor, and in actuality, they still on the 1st. So a lot of that stuff you got to ignore, because like you said, the regime that's been in there all the time, and I'm not just talking about the mayor, I'm talking about from
you talking about the real deal.
To everybody, to the business folks who keep paying everybody. Nobody, and the killer part, they ain't big bad wolves. No, it's just nobody want to stand up.
I told that man.
They got to stand up against them.
I told that man. I ain't gonna do it, man. But I told him, man. They were talking about, man, you crazy? You think you finna come in here and try to? I said, all I need is a pebble and a slingshot, a rock and a slingshot. Like, bro, you talking all in though? Cause like, so what cause you can't out talk me, cause I'm a product of what you didn't do. So that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, everything you saying. Right, and live through it. I done survived. People say, what make you qualify? I survived through this. Like, it's so many people got caught up in these systems. Y'all see it every day. In the morning when you cut on Fox 6, Channel 13, whatever, you're going to see another one of my peers, got executed or going to jail or they finna get sentenced or whatever. Like, it's happening like clockwork every day. Like, we know for sure, and it's sad to say, and they hate when I say this too, but I'm going to say it. We know for sure a young black man going to get killed every week. At least one. Now, it'd be more than that, but at least every week. Every week.
That's a sad reality, too.
The 17-year-old that just got killed in the Pride and Gacy. Like, it's every week we know for shit. So, they say, Jim, what you doing this for? I'm doing it for so many reasons. Like, because, like you just said, we so used to it. They on the 1st floor, and it's crazy. This the time to be alive. You got everything you need to know in your hand right, but you going on there to bash people and bring people down and do your vanity searching, validation searching, attention. But, like, you ain't getting enough. Like, you say... People say, well, why should I vote for you? They ain't going to go to JereryLittlepage.com. They going to want me to say why they should vote for me. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, but they going to say, well, I feel like we made progress. If William Bell was out of touch with the people and he didn't do nothing over a certain period of time, but he got the money and he got rich, but it's like, but then when a younger man come in and he just put lights on, I know it's going to make them, you know what I'm going to do. We gonna get out of this money. We gonna get rich. But we gonna put city. We gonna put some lights on there downtown. We gonna make it, but not in their neighborhoods. Now we gonna do it right here, and we gonna bring all this uptown. And
we gonna make you worship everybody else. Shit.
Yeah. So you gonna love it. So they gonna vote for me again because I passed the pothole and I gave us city lights. And you know what? What else? All right. So
a regular job.
Yeah. You sit on. Yeah. Okay. And you sit on the bare minimum, and we settle for the bare minimum. And you let one of these, like you just said, Mr. O'Quinn. Look, it's good dude. Darryl O'Quinn, the city council president, District 5, get what he gonna do? Like you said, they ain't gotta go in there and vote and say, hey, we need our roads done, we need it. Boy, he gonna make sure Crestwood Park. You see Crestwood Park? I'm talking about the poop. Everything beautiful. Like, you ain't coming over there tearing it up. They ain't even finna let it get. They gonna let you come over. It's black people who practice. They have football practice over there. They do a good job. Every time they have games over there, but They clean it up. They make sure it's straight. The grass cut. It's not like Woodward or Ellington or East Lake. Like the grass ain't gonna be knee high. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, trash everywhere, beer cans, rubbers on the ground. Kids like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? They playing with condoms and black and miles and all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that over there. You see?
What you think about Gate City?
Gate City?
I mean, Gate City. And what you think
About
about
the barricades?
About Smithfield?
So it's outdated. First of all, it's really, really outdated, and it's
So you
terrible.
the project? I want to make sure I understand.
Oh, the neighborhood of the
I'm talking about Smithfield, Gate City,
all the trenches. I got you.
well, I'm just gonna go with those two.
Yeah.
Gate City and Smithfield.
So-
because you just talked about how nice Crestwood was,
Mhm.
and those, but Gate City and Smithfield also belongs to Darryl Queen.
Ooh, that what I'm so glad you. Now that's a good one. Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So when he said it's intentional, he wasn't just saying for one thing. It ain't apply for one thing.
I'm just,
yeah. Oh no, I got you.
I'm trying to figure out now. You were talking about how nice it
I'm gonna
looks
tell you. Can I tell you?
over there and stuff, but Smithfield also a part of
Yes, sir.
District 5.
Yes, sir.
So,
All right.
So what's going on there?
So what's going on there is
Shouldn't there be some beauty over there?
it
too?
should definitely. And can I tell you what's going on over there?
If he's the one that's doing it.
Man, so
Got that up there, Larry.
so listen.
Well,
Can I tell you?
The mayor's sending everybody out.
Oh, of course.
All the workers get their marching order from the mayor.
And
Now-
can I ask you a question too?
Yes.
And I'm gonna answer that too. But
Yeah.
like you just said, the mayor sent everybody out. He know what's going on. So you know the difference night and day. He know the difference night and day, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
The city councilors know different night and day, don't it?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The South Side ain't got no problem, but Titusville and West End got a problem. But they right next to each. All right. So when you ask me, you say, well, what's the difference? My people over there, they gonna hold them to a standard. They know not to play with them people. But then with my people, when he was just talking about the ignorance and the uneducated, they don't even understand. Cause the older people, when I go to these neighborhood associations, because I'm in everybody's business, I go to all the neighborhood associations. I just meet all the presidents. Just, hey, my name's Jeremy Littlepage. Just just meeting everybody. And when I go, the youngest person in the room, 50, 45. If not that. Now most of the time it's way over there. And the older people are trying to stand up and fight for something, and they've been fighting for so long. And someone on top, hey man, I'm tired. You know, it is what it.
Yeah,
We've been voting on these things. We've been passing it to the mayor. The mayor, they say gonna get back with us. They're gonna get back with us. They're gonna do this because there's not enough people making enough noise. When I told you, remember I said Chris Wood invited me to the neighborhood association meeting. When I tell you people had to stand in the hallway, it was a room this big. People had to stand in the hallway. The seats was taken. People had to say, what they say? You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
But when our neighborhood association meet, hey, how many people here? Oh, just 3. All right, well, we're going to go and get it started. This was going on. We're going to vote on this. Then the people in the community say, why we got speed bumps in the neighborhood? Why we got speed bumps? Who voted on it? How did this get here? Why we got stop signs on this street? We ain't want stop signs. You won now. And it's like knowledge. So to answer your question the best way I can, knowledge. Knowledge then get passed on. And unfortunately, my generation and a couple people older in their 30s and some in their 40s, priorities. You got to get a new wig, the lace front, the part, the side, whatever how they get. Got to keep the new joints. Got to make sure their car get washed every Friday, Saturday. Got to get the green egg and make sure everybody good. We gotta prioritize that, but we not gonna care about, hey, why Gate City look like this? It's so outdated. You know what I'm saying? But the elders, y'all out there fighting still.
Let me say that.
Yes, sir.
The reason why there's so many people at the Crestwood meeting,
Yes, sir.
because they're getting stuff done.
But
Now,
why they? So
they're getting stuff done because City Hall doing things for them. Well, City Hall is not doing anything. Let's say my neighborhood, where I'm home,
Yeah.
where I live, and I'm a neighborhood president.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, in my neighborhood, I may get, if I got 8 people in there, that's a large meeting.
Yes, sir.
And the reason, now, when I first became neighborhood president, we had like 40 people.
Yes, sir.
Just come to the meeting. As we started getting less and less people coming to the neighborhood meeting, it was because less and less were getting done. We were voting on things, trying to make things
Yes,
better
sir.
and stuff, and City Hall would lie to us, and so the
Yeah.
numbers started
Yes,
going
sir.
lower.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, you said there was a lot of people out there, standing room on over there, 8 people over here. I had a problem with City Hall one time. I had a pothole.
Yeah.
And it took me 3 years to get into court.
Yeah.
We got to court 3 years now, and then once I won,
Yes, sir.
then they appealed it twice,
Of course.
and I won twice, and then now here it is 3 years away from that, from when the judge said that that
You deserve
City
it.
Hall
Yeah.
paid Robert Walker
Yeah.
that money for that pothole.
Yes,
You know
sir.
that pothole's still there?
Of course.
6 years, and the pothole's still there. Now, a lot of people know about that pothole.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people seeing that news thing.
Yes, sir.
So they say, well, why should I go to the neighborhood meeting? We can't get anything done. Even if
I
it's
feel you
just
on that.
1
No,
hour out of the month.
Yes, sir.
They don't want to waste their
Time,
hour
yeah.
doing nothing. The people over there in Crestwood, they get things done because when they president turn in their wish list, things get done. But when I turn in the things that we need in our neighborhood, things don't get done. People get tired of being lied to. People stop coming.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Hold on.
If
Let me
you're
go.
going to be a mayor, you should be a mayor about the truth.
And there we go. And so what you just said goes back to my guy's favorite word of the day: insulting. They insult you. You see how he said he take care. So think about this, and this is why I am running for mayor of Birmingham, Alabama at 26 people, because we can't keep playing and can't keep waiting. I'm going to tell you something real fast. Now this is a neighborhood association president, Mr. Walker. What he just said, when I turn my stuff in, they insult me and they don't do it. But y'all vote for his city councilor.
Yeah,
Y'all vote for his mayor.
yeah.
He vote for the city. And so when y'all keep putting these people in office, this a neighborhood president. This ain't nobody just making nothing up. He done been through this for years. Y'all just heard his testimony. If these type of people in office, and you see, and I said that on purpose to set this whole thing up. Because like you heard when I said Darrell O'Quinn, he do his thing. But you know I say Chris, I said that for a reason. And I said that, you know, he the city council president too, by the way. So you know, it's gonna get approved either way. But so one thing about this, if you see he the president, he the city councilor and the president over those, you know, neighborhoods too, they don't do it for them too. Why nobody ain't run against them?
I can tell you why I didn't.
Yeah, why?
The reason why I didn't was because I didn't get the support. I ran.
Ain't that something?
I get
Ain't that something?
I went out and I campaigned. You know, I talked to different people
Yes,
and
sir.
stuff. I had a Facebook page.
Yes,
and I
sir.
searched out people, and
Yes,
I
sir.
just didn't get the support. And since and you can't run these campaigns by yourself.
Huh.
You know, I was a little taken back when you walked in here and you walked in here alone. When we find good people running for these different offices, we need to support
You
them.
got to. You got, cause guess what's going? Get what I. God forbid. I don't want this to happen. I know we got to wrap. But God forbid. It don't go my way. The mayor get elected back in, and then God just shine a light so bright and make everybody wake up and see what hit them or what happened, and they realize, hold on, we should have got Jeremy, we should have got LaShawn, we should have got somebody else. Hold on. And now you realize, because I don't know if you realize, like, Birmingham getting modernized more and more and more and unaffordable, more and more and more, and people moving to Pinson, they moving to Tarrant, they moving to everywhere but Birmingham. Like you were just saying, they doing this. But then look what happened in 8 years, how fast things got pushed this fast. The first 4 years, it was kind of fast, like, oh, it was a shocker. Everybody like, he the best mayor because he did way more than everybody, you know, because the money make it move quicker. Like you were just saying, Coca-Cola, they said 3 years, that thing, they got the glass, they got the lights on, everything. They worry about the rest of the acres back there. But that's what I'm, so if you think of it like this, I said, man, I hope the people don't realize when it's too late. Like when the rent is already at $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,800, $2,000. Now they got some apartments downtown $2,000. Now I don't know who can afford that working at Amazon, but let me tell you something real fast.
We're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh yeah,
You have it in your name.
Yeah. You gotta make sure you're doing Chime, early pay. You gotta do Amazon. Cash Out, Borrow. You gotta keep stuff going. Easy money. You gotta go to everybody. But I said all that to say, what if I could change? What if I could win? But what, like I said, God forbid, what if I don't? And then they realize, like, boy, everything Jeremy was saying is happening right now. And but we got to move because the property taxes are so high. And they offering to buy my house, and I'm broke right now because I can't afford nothing right now. And Trump got these tariffs going, everything going crazy. And you know what? I'm going to sell the house for $300,000. And I'm going to move to Meadowbrook. I'm going to move to Argo. I'm going to move to these Moody. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to move to Huntsville. Huntsville #1. You know, that's a nice place to live. And, you know, Birmingham just so far corrupt and lost its way. And what I realized with me having this career, when he said, nobody gave you support, that's why you stopped. What about me? I'm running for mayor for everybody, and like people are like, I'm just not getting supported. Like, and to this day, people share my posts, they like it, they do it, they ain't donate, they ain't like people say, hey, can I get a yard sign? And I'm so humble. I said, all right, well, I gotta work, I gotta DoorDash a little bit more, I gotta get the money so I can go get the yard sign, then I'll give you one.
Well, it's not just money
Yeah.
that you need, you know, that little pat on the back. Hey man, you're doing a good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep it going.
I gotta just lean on God. Yeah, I gotta just lean on God.
Well, yeah, it's good to get, you know, to talk to God and stuff, but you want to feel that physical pat on the back.
I do.
You want some encouragement.
Do you know my family ain't give me $1? Well, my mama just gave me, she helped me get yard sign, and that blew my mind because you know the story about that. My mama just helped me get some money, get some yard sign this month. This is the first family member since I've been running that gave me some money. And because she seen the news, she said, well, no, she was right. She said, Jeremy, Gavan and Wolfen got so many yard signs. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm struggling. Nobody wants to support me. I can't. I got a couple of them out here. I got probably 10 or 15, but you know they got hundreds. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of them here. But I was like, well, they got support. They got donors. They got all these people. But it's a reason. If people, viewers, if you're watching, if you think to yourself when you were saying about perspective, who should we vote for? Who should we know to vote for? If Jeremy Littlepage making history right now, doing something so good in a time of his generation killing each other, they don't want to work, whatever the stigma on them, the stereotype, and he rising up, and he running against all these well-versed and people been in offices and people got education background, they just got all this prestige, and he right here with them. But nobody, the donor saying, no, we're not going to donate to him. Hey, matter of fact, he can't do no articles, he can't get them on interviews. Hey, media personalities, bash him, talk about him. Why I'm the only one that's getting the unfair treatment? You see what I'm saying? Like, what, if you think to yourself, like, bro, why they trying to keep me here? Why they trying to? But I'm
word
somehow.
Of mouth would be good if you just got word of mouth
and that's
for the people in your neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Word of mouth from as you go through different neighborhoods.
Yes,
you know, the encouraging word
yes,
goes a long way.
And because, like I said, I'm just doing
Even
this.
if they don't give you a dime,
I'm letting them guide my stuff. Because, like I said, you said, yeah, you surprised me when you walk in here by yourself. I book all my radio, I do all my stuff. I talk to you. He talked to me direct. My business cards has my number on it. I don't have a team. People say, Jeremy, you crazy. You can't do this without. In January, they said, now they see all this stuff I got. They're like, what in the world? How are you doing all this by yourself? You need a campaign manager. You need somebody. You can't do all this stuff. But then I did everything they said I couldn't do. I made it this far, and I'm on the ballot. See, that was my people, my elders, my everybody. Because the young people with me, they ain't, they can't tell them. But the elders, what make you qualified? I'm qualified. They qualified me.
The only time anybody asks for qualification is when a black man asks for a job.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And other times they say, let me see if that job is open. Let me see how many positions we have right there.
Right.
Let's see how soon you can get started. But as soon as they say, well, what's your qualification?
Yeah.
Your qualification is your age and your desire to do well for the city.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it. And like
$350.
Yeah. No, it's just 300. Yeah, I paid it. And that's what I'm saying. Like when I say I've been struggling, man, I had to sacrifice some bills. I ain't gonna lie to you, I had to do so much stuff, and I'm like, I believe it though. Cause I'm like, same way with my dream car, when I was walking to work, hands stiffening in the cold, I'm freezing. I said, I'm gonna get that drop top Mustang one day. Well, I'm gonna get it. Now I end up getting, cause I just see, like, I know people be telling me what I can't do this and that, but I just see like, but what if? Because I know by God is my witness. I know what I'm going to do when I get enough. They know what I'm going to do when I get enough. But they don't need that happening. Like I said, I know exactly what plans I got coming. I know what I'm going to do. And get what I said. I'm coming to y'all. Now, they be, Jeremy, no, it's ways you got to do. You got to work through us. I'm coming to the people. I'm saying, hey, Kingston, ain't no more looking like this no more. We finna fix this up. People say, why you want to use the city money? We should be using the other stuff. We helping the elderly fix their houses.
Yeah,
For themselves. For themselves. Why I can't use it for the people? You know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be used for the people.
Yeah, so
People
that's
money.
what that's who paying.
money.
That's who
People
paying.
money.
But so they trying to demonize everything I'm saying, like, Jeremy, nah, that's crazy, this. I'm gonna do everything I'm saying I'm gonna do. From the homeless, from the mental health, from the youth, from the elderly, from the free yard, the grass cutting, yard cutting with the elderly, from everything I'm saying, because I'm gonna create jobs from the city. Summer programs, after school programs. Like I said, if your baby daddy, your husband been killed in the city of Birmingham in the last 8 years, we're gonna get you free daycare. That's if you want it. Now you can go take kids, Lapati, whatever you want to do, but I'm gonna make sure we take care of you. We have 500 people. If y'all say we don't have the money, Jim, you talking about spending all the money? We made history again. We have $591 million. Next year is gonna be higher than that because it just keep going up. What William Bell, Larry Langford, all the other people before, what they did with 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, they did a good. We had a lot of stuff. We had the DARE. We had a lot of good little programs for the kids. But big brother, big sister, I'm bringing all that back because we gotta get it back to the OGs teaching the youth. And I'm saying not this what they be trying to do these days. Because I want to tell the OGs something real fast. OGs, if you're listening, it's a disconnection between you and the youth if you're trying to be like, it only take a person like me. It's a couple of me's out here. If you're 75, 60, trying to talk to an 18-year-old, 25-year-old, he's not going to listen to you. You have to be a 45-year-old talking to a 30-year-old, and the 30-year-old tell the 20-something-year-old. It has to be a big brother type thing, because if they look at you like big bro or they ain't listening. They say, go on with all that. Go on. Big bro, okay, I got you, OG. I got you, big bro. I'm listening to you. You might be, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got you. It's, you know what I'm saying? But if you came up and you did the best you can do for your family, you done came up and you done moved to Gardendale, Fultondale, and you trying to tell somebody in Kingston, yo, man, you can do it like this and that. He ain't really trying to hit it. But what he's going to listen to is OG in the hood who trying to make a way. He's saying, okay, I get a job, nephew, do this and that. He more receptive to listen to him. You see what I'm saying? Because you walking with the people. So when we elect these, and I want to dish it, but I got to tell you, when you elect people who are city council and they live in Tuscaloosa, I got a wink on that, and they live in Tuscaloosa, or you got, former past mayors or Kermit, hypothetically, living in Mountain Brook, or you got like a city councilor living in Pinson and Trustville, and they don't live in the city of Birmingham, and it ain't against it, Well, I mean, they use their address they use to run for these offices, because you got to be a Birmingham resident. But they use that, how they do, the old trick. Yeah.
At least 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days. Yeah, 90 days.
Address.
90 days.
Yeah. So
law.
They do that, and we think that these people are gonna be for us when they don't even relate to us, and they do the photo ops, and they come and say, no, he look too hood. We gotta go somewhere. Let's go get somebody clean cut, and they go in the car. Okay, all right. Hey, we here supporting this community today with these kids. We're not gonna go to Avondale in the trenches with the worst of the worst. We gonna go to the kids that's on the Birmingham Promise and say, yeah, we support the youth and we care about the youth. That's the disconnection. You know what I'm saying? You only pick and choose. It's nepotism. It's your uncle working. Yeah, you Mr. Joe's son. Yeah, come on in. We can help you get a summer job. You can work at the pools and we'll maybe be a lifeguard. But then when the kid need the money, trying to help his mom pay the bills and rent, no, you gotta go somewhere, little bro. Like, we ain't finna do that for you. Like, we gotta know who your folks is to get you in. That's how it typically work. For the last 20 years. That's how we do it. Like, we ain't gonna do the right thing. But I gotta leave it on that because we'll be here all night. But yeah, that's part of it. Like, it's a lot of favor for favor, nepotism, and who clicks, and like, hey man, we gotta keep this in house.
All click.
Yeah, we gotta keep this in house.
Now before we
I'm
go,
gonna flip the table.
Now before we go, man, make sure you give them your Cash App or your Zelle so they can donate to you, your website, and information how they can get in touch with you.
JereemyLittlepage.com. When you go in there, you're gonna see volunteer section. You can email and you want to help me canvas. Go out in the community with me. Pass out flyers, business cards, whatever you want to do. You want to work with your boy, JereemyLittlepage.com. On the right side, it'll be about canvassing, about joining the team. On the left side, it'll be how to donate, the Cash App. You can write me a check. I can cash. I got a campaign account. I'm legit with everything, y'all. I decided to run everything myself because in the beginning they tried to trip me up a couple times, so I had to get rid of some people. So I realized like this whole thing is a game. You know what I'm saying? I got to go through the maze the right way. You know, because if I would have, let somebody be over certain things, they would have did deals for me I ain't know about, and I would have gotten in some situation, and I would have been compromised, and I would have been in a cycle that we already in a cycle of.
Learning how it go.
Yeah, learning how it go, and I just go with my discernment. I can't listen to you talking a good talk, because talking a good talk leave you with potholes that you still got from 3 years, 4, 5, 6?
6.
Yeah, 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And dumping still happening, but like you said, the city know about it, but then when election season comes, we're going to say, hey, illegal dumping, we're going to get them, we're going to arrest them. So y'all got to stop falling for the politics and go to JereryLittlepage.com, look at my plans. We're going to save the youth. We're going to help the elderly live the best lives, their golden years. We're going to make sure everything good. Middle age, we got them too. Job opportunities come back to the city, and not the job opportunities that we got now. Cause I ain't got to know you. We going to get you a job. We hiring felons. We putting the pressure on these people. The business tax, I ain't gonna get in that, but I got plans. We gonna hire the people now. You ain't gotta listen, when you get your degree, when you graduate college, you don't have to go to Tennessee to get a job anymore because they hire you before Birmingham will. And you don't have to go to Atlanta to go get you a job and you can start your career. We gonna have places right here for you to get a job and start your career here. No more getting the money and going and starting your life and saying, I'm tired of Birmingham. I got to move on. We're going to bring Birmingham back. And that's and something happened to me while I'm trying to bring Birmingham back. It's something in place with somebody, we going to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be able to stop what God got for me, So, and if you want to support me, make a big fuss and start some confusion and some chaos about a debate because we need a debate with the news. And we got a debate coming with 104.1, but we need the news to have a debate because that's how it normally went for the last forever. The last forever, because a debate would show you separate the real from the fake when you were saying about perspectives and perception. Because right now it's deception and people deceiving. So we gotta, and it's winning because it's a one-way thing. Like they can do this, but we can't do nothing. We can't say, can't respond back. But yeah, you want to support JereryLittlepage.com. Save your kids. Single mothers, programs for you. Mothers who lost children. I'm your child, and I'm going to take care of you. That's it. And I love y'all, Birmingham. And make sure you support me, man, because I've been doing this thing struggling, man, but I've been making it happen, though. I got God.
Keep making it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's what's happening, man. We appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I really
and I'm
appreciate
the
you coming
one,
out.
man. I'm the one.
Thanks for taking the opportunity to
Yes,
come
sir.
on out, man. And of course, we were talking about time, but believe it or not, if we wanted to end it, we could have ended 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
We want to make sure
Yeah.
we be fair and balanced, and whether we want to hear what you're talking about or not, I think it's only fair for podcasters around the city and
Yes,
abroad to just at least provide that platform.
Y'all doing the part. This how to support.
It
This
all
how to
plays a
support.
part, man.
This how you support. He had not just me. He had Brian Rice on, right? Yeah, come out Africa, right? Yeah, one of the band, then. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like he ain't leave me out. Like he ain't doing what the big media doing. He said, you know what? We gonna give everybody a chance. We ain't gonna be bad and sound like this person more than person. But hey, if you talking to these real men, this is what the city needs. Like this is leadership. This how the city is gonna get back to normal. Because right now, we having people leading from Hoover. We can't have it. They in the community. They in Birmingham. They spend their money here. He been here 2002 in his barbershop. This is how you
are too, brother. Right there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
In
sir.
the heart. Baby Kingston.
Yeah, 1999, baby. That's when I was born.
Yeah.
That was February the 2nd. I came out. I said, something ain't right. I got to change this thing.
Well,
I got to
that's
change
what's
this
happening, man.
thing.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned
sir.
in. Make sure you like, share, and let people know about what's going on in the city of Birmingham. Shout out to Z-Lens Media for taking the time to shoot it. Make sure that we look good on this camera. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to myself. Shout out to Robert Walker.
Yes,
shout out
sir.
to Jeremy
Hi, Mr.
Littlepage
Walker.
for taking his time, to come on out and share his platform with us, man. And then keep in mind, comedy show tomorrow, live at the Start On for my weekly comedy show. Seem like only the best independent talent in the country.
Yes, sir.
Don't get your tickets now at starton.com.
Yes,
I
sir.
bring you that funny for a little money, and there's always something to laugh at. God damn it, bye.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it,
Keep
man.
that info for you.